That's an oldie but a goodie.
Okay, so we're now live. We are up to session number 70 with some background music. We have in person Ariadna.
The druidic Thala, who is of no real determinable gender, and lover of all for that reason, especially if you're based in plants. I am a druid of Ilsendal? Oh, okay. I've got to research that and find out more about it. And I've recently joined the group after my previous character, Calcrix, asked me to keep an eye on her friends while she went and finished up some business elsewhere. And gave me a good supply of coffee to keep me going.
Well, that's what she said.
Well, she said good supply, it wasn't an everlasting supply.
I've been trained in the Calcrix techniques of baristahood. So, you know,
So you just need to develop a spell that's similar to good berries, but
Yeah.
good coffee.
yes.
Summon coffee beans.
There is a new magical item in the game that is a coffee supplier. Once per day will create a coffee.
Is it
that
a mug?
comes in, yeah, it is a mug.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
it's
like
in
an
the
Amish device.
Strixhaven Book of Magic.
Something that
Sword
maybe,
magic.
something like Grindelwald might send me or something like that.
Okay, so Ross, you're up.
Yes, I'm playing Yodri, the swashbuckler, who's
This-
currently the guardian of Pilfering, the mischievous.
I'm sorry I keep forgetting this, but is it Yodru with an R-E-Y or an R-I?
R-E-Y.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm sure Yodri won't mind whichever way you go.
Yes, because it can be pronounced
And it's
phonetically.
pilfering?
Pilfering, yeah.
Pilfering.
Because he basically steals everything and then does weird things with it.
Alright, and we do have a suit, don't we?
Still trying to work out
Can
what
do.
he is actually trying to do. I think he's just keeping himself entertained. Actually, I think he is a he.
Well, apparently Sue's
Could be a
lost, Sky,
Okay.
so we'll have to do Sue in a moment.
Yep.
So we will go on with Stefan.
Just testing this mic still works. People can hear me?
Yeah, it does.
Loud and clear.
Excellent.
You need to do that while rubbing your hands, okay? That's a requirement now that The Simpsons has done it.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's more of a James Bond thing.
007, Mr. Dark Elf. I don't think you have a problem with it.
No, he needs his own cat.
So,
He does. He has his own cat. He's got the governor.
We'll let Stefan continue.
Sorry. Enthusiasm.
Go, Stefan.
I'm playing Tyler. I'm playing Tyler Rick, who is a water genasi monk. He is currently on the hunt for his supposed new family, who he's technically never met except for his wife once, and is keen to find out more about the world and hopefully run into his family, who he has apparently met in past, present, future tense. So, after Azel, it's all, you know, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey.
So you're the famous author.
No, he's not the author. He's the muse.
Oh.
Yes, I'm technically attached to Azel.
Okay. Next one online we have is Emma or Josh, whichever one's easier. Sounds like it's Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. I play Shogun, the Paladin.
Paladin! Yes.
The blinding light that whenever someone looks at, they get Paladin screamed in their face. Isn't that right? Oh god.
Don't remember doing it.
Don't force the baby to look at you.
Paladin screamed in their face.
Yeah, we got Paladin screaming in our face and we didn't like it. She's now whacking him senseless.
Well, just wants to hit the word Paladin.
Calm down. I know. Oh, you want D6s? We have to level up first.
Next up we have M.
I'm presuming you said my name.
Yep.
I play Zal. I am the cleric wizard of the group. Slash Field Ranger. I have been given a new relic from the High Priestess of the Plains. She is one of the wise concubines of the
Great Khan. Yep.
The Great Khan. And not entirely sure what it means. Apparently, it means I'm either going to die really, 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 really soon, or I will be probably highly likely the next high priest at some point.
If you do die really, really soon, I request that you make it spectacular, so it'll be a good story for my tree.
I will try. Given my track record, you're probably in good standing there. Did I tell you about the time I got trumped by a T-Rex and then Pokeball?
No, it'd be good to hear that story.
Yes, that's why you had the ring of
story.
animals, so you could actually charm it.
I am actually noting that.
Or you could speak to it.
I'm going to tell my tree that story.
Yeah, and Yodri's side notes will make it interesting.
I will take all the side notes.
Well, the fact that I got, because we're going dinosaur hunting, I go, oh, these rings will be cool. We could charm them with that. No, the ranger goes, I want to touch this one. Oh, it's too chompy. I think I'll back away. Chomp.
No, that's a lie. You're telling the story wrong.
You just kept on forgetting that you had the ring of animal control.
No, I'm pretty sure the T-Rex snuck up on her.
No, T-Rex.
Yeah.
T-Rex came around the back of the party where I was standing,
In-
and then I tried to leave a threatened space, and
Yeah, well, you had an option.
In all honesty, I think it was
No, no.
Calcrix's fault.
No, you had option. You could either use the ring or decide to step back. You stepped back.
No, I believe she attacked and then tried to leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
In that case, you shouldn't have attacked. You should use ring first. Charm.
There's also an action that allows you to withdraw without threatening.
Which is what I've got.
No, everyone has that.
Well, I've also got the ability where I can actually.
Like I wasn't running. I said I wanted to leave space.
I know. The one that allows you to move without provoking an attack of opportunity is an action.
It was a withdrawal, isn't it?
But because you had used your action to attack, it meant that you basically threatened leaving its space.
Yeah. So basically,
You could.
I failed ranged again.
Whereas I believe rogues can do it as a bonus action.
Yeah, we can
so they
use it as a
could
bonus
download.
action.
Yeah.
Would a Pokeball be considered like a magic dimensional sphere in this kind of place?
Very
instead
much
of a
so.
Poke- Yeah, okay.
Yes, so you can't stick it in a bag of holding.
That was true. Unless, of course, you get a specific type. Okay, so hopefully Sue will make it back because her story will be an interesting one to tell in the storyline.
Yes.
So, have you turned,
She's put
turned
okay up
down the bag of holding doomsday device?
You can't create a doomsday device using bags of holding portable holes.
Yeah.
Because I did put down notes that they can't cross the plane.
Yeah, because I was just listening to the guys saying, "Oh, how to cheese D&D," and I'm going, "Bag of holding and a bag of holding." I thought they got rid of that thing.
I got rid of that. They didn't.
Just quickly, because it's early on and Sue and all that doing their main storylines. Have you eaten?
No.
Would you like food? Because I can quickly do that while
That would
these
be
guys do their part in their
Okay, so
journey.
while we're waiting for Sue to return, well, she's apparently got a good connection at the moment, so I'll see you try piping her in. Yay, you're back. Okay, so Sue, we'll get you to introduce your character.
She's very strong-willed. She's also She likes to get things done.
She does. And so I shall give a recap of what's been happening. You had been given on a quest to go on from the Khan to travel to the World's Mountain in the realm of the dead and ask your ancestors 3 questions. Some of you had traveled with Kamdu on that, and Kamdu had returned to the people. Upon returning to the people, the non-Ethengarians were going around asking questions about the massacre to people who didn't really want to talk to them. And apparently Sue's having a hard time keeping her system up and running. It just crashed again.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Kamdu was given a prophecy that she can either serve her family, serve her people, or serve her friends. And if she chooses one over the other 2, she will fail the other 2. And spectacularly at that too. So in the last session, she chose family over the other 2. And got herself a personal quest from the Great Khan. And hopefully we can bring Sue back in for that if she's still there. You're back again? Which is good. So what I just pointed out there was you had been given the option of serving your family, serving your people, or serving your friends. And Kamdu chose to serve her family by taking on a personal quest from the Great Khan.
Okay.
So we will be picking up today's session with what that actually means for Kamdu and the rest of the party. Okay. So, you've just had a couple of you have been around asking questions about what had happened with the missionaries and the tribal youths. Basically, missionaries getting wiped out by the youths, but you got a different story for each person you spoke to.
Yeah, well, that's expected.
And they were all coloured in favour of the Ethengarians.
Okay. Where were the missionaries from?
The Haldanic territories. The land to the north of the Ethengarians.
Who are they? They're not the Norse guys.
They are the same descent of the Norse people, but they are more militaristic, and they are probably less friendly, to put it that way.
I wouldn't really see them as missionaries.
They had sent missionaries through, yes. Basically, you need to convert to our beliefs, not your own sort of people.
Sounds like advanced raiding party.
Okay, so the morning comes round after you've had your day resting after returning from the land of Black Sands and the celebration.
Can I have slept in because I spent all night talking to people and getting stories?
That's good. And in the morning, a rumor is going through the clans that Kamdu has chosen to go north and take on the Haldanic Knights. What do people want to do?
So basically, she's declared war against the nation.
Yes. The leaders of the nation.
So is this separate from Redrune's quest?
It is. Redrune's quests generally don't do with wiping people out.
Okay, alright.
It's normally observe, take note, and report back.
Yep.
Okay. Best of luck for her. No way I'm going to take a 500-year-old child that way.
And part of the rumors are going around asking, wondering who the princess will be giving her inheritance to.
So is Candu like informing us of this decision? And
That's what I'm asking.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought I'd already discussed it with everyone and let you know.
No,
Okay, I'm currently choking.
I think we left off at we finished off the night, and then we were gonna go from there. Because I wanted to find out what happens to Redren's quest if we're to accompany you on this thing, and wanted to have more details about it, and we decided we role play this session because it was going to take too long. It was too close to 10.
Yeah.
So, Kokichin comes and greets Kamdu. Greetings. She wishes you slept well in your tent before you take up your holy mission.
Yeah, I slept good.
Have you thought about who you wish to inherit all your herds and fruits of your labor?
Why would I think about that?
Because the task you've taken on is not one you come back from.
Yes, I'm coming back. If you think you're not going to come back, you won't. If you think you're going to come back, you will. Simple.
The Khan himself basically, well, he didn't say it outright, the way you serve the family best is to go out spectacularly fighting the Haldanic Knights, because that will unite the people in your loss.
We'll see. That's not what he said to me. And that's not what my quest said to me.
Well, it was to take out as many of the leaders as possible.
Yeah, I'll take more. It's fine.
I thought he did say that though.
He did.
I thought he said go out spectacularly because I wrote it down. But now I can't remember.
There's only one character that's able to do that, and that's Conan.
What, go out spectacularly?
No,
So
take them all out.
the Khan said Kamdu needs to go to the Haldanic Knights and take the heads of as many as she can, and gave her a horse, and he'll give her a horse for each head. And that he didn't expect her to live through that, and he was encouraging her to make it as legendary tale as possible to go down in the histories of her bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Candy has other plans. Candy is
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just reminding myself mostly.
Hmm.
I have a really shocking memory.
So, Kokichin is asking, who is your heir?
I don't have any heirs.
Can do. Who would you want
Yeah.
to look after your horses, because you won't be able to take them all with you?
Especially if you're going to collect a bunch of heads, it's going to end in more horses.
Oh, true.
Because he's going to give you a horse for each head.
So you need
Any suggestions? Are any of you guys going to come with me, or I'm just going on my own?
Well, I'd ask the pertinent question, what about Redren's quest, for which we are paid for, and we've agreed to do, prior to this?
So I'll let our barbarian friend have a history check.
Okay.
How well are you doing for history?
I'm just checking on my character sheet. Hang on, I had it open and it didn't. Okay, history. History. I don't have history.
Which means you add intelligent bonus to the roll.
It's not one of my skills, but I have one in it. So yeah, intelligence is one.
Better than nothing.
Then you add 1.
I shall roll, and we shall see. I rolled a 10 plus 1 is 11.
Okay, so Camdu does remember the histories of people being sent to the north. Sometimes they go out spectacularly, sometimes they're just never heard from again. But rarely do they, none of the stories have had anyone come back who have been sent on these quests.
Yep. Well, I guess the question is, do you guys need me to help you with this other quest first? Or should I just go off and do this on my own and you guys go off and do the paid quest?
I wouldn't want to see you go, but I do think we should probably do the Red Room quest since we're committed to it, since we kind of didn't finish the other quest we were supposed to do for Red Room. I don't think.
Okay, well you guys go off and do that, and I guess I'll head up north and do mine.
Well, you could come with us before you do yours.
No, I have to go and do mine first.
Okay, alright.
That's the quest.
So you hear that they're putting together a big celebration for Camdu, bigger than the Spirit Quest one you had, which also has your funeral rites in it.
Okay, well I'll probably leave before that starts. I'll head off my best horse.
Well, before you go, you are confronted again by Kokachin saying you shouldn't leave yet because you haven't finished your transition to go north.
But what about the rest of the party? Are they going, or, you know?
No, you guys all said you were going on your own quest.
No, I just said that I felt that we did owe Redrian, you know, because we made a commitment to follow up on his thing, but it's a party vote. It's no current vote. There's like 4 other people who get a say.
Well, I'm in favour of the druid.
So it's a Josh, Emmy, and Stefan.
What do the other 3 wish to do?
Is there any way that we can probably get information from the Hellenic Knights to give to Adrian as well?
Possibly, except for the fact that you're going there to kill them all.
But basically what you will probably want to do is interrogate the missionaries, but I think the missionaries are all dead.
They died over a year ago.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop them sending out more missionaries.
This is true.
Or advanced scouting force.
Zol's been conflicted. He wants to help Camdu, but at the same time, you know, they're basically saying it's a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're basically saying to succeed the best on the mission, you leave everything behind of the clans and dress as one of the Hellenic Knights.
Oh.
So basically you go in as a Hellenic Knight and as being Camdu is of the northern descent, she actually is the proper build and height.
Yeah, but she's never really worn the armour.
It's true. But doesn't mean she can't.
No, I'm just saying it's kind of the young.
To be honest, I haven't known Camdu long, but I'm really reluctant to part ways with her. I enjoy her company.
I'll be back. It's okay.
In spirit.
Hey,
Sorry.
you know,
Ye of little faith, ye of little
No,
faith.
I'm not. I am expecting you to come back in spirit. You are going to ascend.
okay. So, do you stay for your send off? Does Candu stay for a send off?
No, can do heads off.
So she goes against her people's beliefs completely and insults her family
Why would that be?
because they are a very tribal people and they're very much about ceremony.
Oh, okay. We're going to stay for the dance ceremony. I just want to get it over and done with, but okay.
If Candu is going, can I give her a gift of some sort to help her on her way?
Well, they are basically going to go through a whole ceremony with her.
Oh, okay, so not appropriate. Awesome.
Okay, so in the ceremony, you get to have a spiritual experience.
Okay.
So, Camdu, you come face to face with one of your gods.
Oh, wow.
The god of your bodyguard.
Tupac.
Tubak, yes. He greets you and asks, are you sure you wish to take on this chance to unite your people?
Yes. I
He,
do wish to do that.
if you wish to unite your people, then he gives you a series of instructions that leads to a glorious death. That your death will be the spark that unites your people to join as one.
Okay. Can do will accept that.
And he says any who travel with you will join you in that honorific.
Well, that's fine. None of them are coming. I ask you,
Yep.
do I have to do that, or can I make it look like I died and miraculously come back and then come back?
As a spiritual people, they will know and speak to your spirit once it's passed beyond.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, okay. Well, so be it then. If that is what I have to do, that is what I will do.
Says that there are many ways you can serve your family, people, or your friends, but this does unite everyone behind your family.
Yeah, well then that's what I must do.
Just making sure you can still hear some things in the background. Okay, so you're finished?
Yeah, I just needed to put some hot water into the can thing.
Okay, so after your spiritual experience, you were presented with armor and Haldanic horses to choose from, so you can infiltrate their lands and get further than you would dressed as you are.
Okay.
And Kokuchin asks again, if you have no heir, then do you wish your horses to be free once you pass on?
Yes.
She accepts that and blesses you in the name of Umurga. So Sue, you get to think of what would you like to play while Camdu is potentially off beating up people for quite a long time.
Yes.
So I don't imagine she's going to die quickly or briefly, but probably an epic campaign of headhunting.
if she had the helm of comprehend languages, because I don't, does she actually understand the northern language? Okay, cool.
Yeah, her mother taught her,
Okay, so she's able to infiltrate quite easily.
which is why she spent some time with the northern reaches as well, because they share the language. Okay, so Sue, have you an idea what you'd like to try next?
No.
Become a
What
druid.
does I need?
Something that you'll enjoy playing.
Yeah.
That's the answer I give everyone who brings in a character is, if you don't enjoy playing the character, the party doesn't need it.
Okay.
Hey.
I usually, well,
A
you
familiar
know,
hunter.
really completely randomly. Remember we rolled it?
We did.
So maybe we can roll another one like that.
Well, there are 10 classes in the book. You can roll a d10 and pick one based on that.
I'm gonna roll for the Pathfinder game, and I will go on.
Okay, I will see what I just rolled. Let's see.
I'm sorry I wasn't more organised with dinner.
That's okay. I was sort of trying to get too many things myself.
Guess what?
What did you get?
There's not 10, there's 9.
Hmm.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Actually,
8.
there's-
There's 13, but
There's 13 actually, but
you're not doing artificer.
but roll a d12. We'll leave the artificer out because he's a little more complex.
Oh, I'll say.
Okay, roll a d12.
Are you an artificer?
No.
I got the same number.
If gnomes were
Yes, I
being
did
played,
roll
I'll play a
D10.
gnome artificer.
You rolled an 8.
You're a halfling.
Yeah. Artificer basically.
So that's a ranger.
Thing. So
Ranger.
it's
No.
very.
That is just so funny and perfect.
That's almost poetic, dude. That is almost poetic.
That
That's
alleviates
amazing.
some of my sadness.
So-
I was holding my tongue because I was gonna say how about an actual ranger, but you know.
So, Stefan, you influenced the roll.
Yes.
So, fantastically too, I might add. So, yes, you are a ranger, and I recommend playing an Ethengarian ranger just so,
Oh. Sorry. Ouch.
And you're very good with the bow.
Oh.
Cool.
Horseman archer.
Ethengarian. I don't have a book that says about an Ethengarian.
So the Ethengarians are the people that your princess grew up with, even though she was really from one of the other races.
Okay.
That sounds
So they're
good.
the horse lords, the Ethengarians.
Alright,
more
okay,
horses.
cool.
So it's the same people, just that you're a lot shorter.
Yeah, I'm a lot shorter and I'm a ranger. Yep.
So come up with a name, and we'll introduce you shortly.
Okay.
Fey Warden. What are they? Fey Warden.
Before Camden goes, does any of the longer term party members want to say their...
Okay, so
Bits to her?
I believe there would be an interesting discussion between Chauvel and
Yeah.
Camdu, because Chauvel has been her friend and bodyguard for so long.
Yeah.
Be a tough party.
And Camden will tell Cheval about the god telling me that whoever would go with me would also die an heroic death. So I'm suggesting.
Oh god, not two characters in one game.
Yeah. I am suggesting to Cheval.
Well, on the plus side,
that
you'll
she
get
go
rid of the
my
annoying
destiny.
headache.
So if you heard, Camdu was talking at that time, so Camdu was saying that she was saying to Chauvel that Chauvel shouldn't go.
Yeah, because
Yeah. But
of
you
the
were talking
god
over
telling
that at the
her
time.
that she'd likely die. I did hear,
Yes.
and I was trying...
So,
Yeah.
so Cheval actually had a response to this already. Cheval is going to say he's been an honor working with you, protecting you, as much as you didn't need that much protection. However, I believe that due to the circumstances, this quest, it will be more noble if you did it by yourself and had
Exactly. It is my destiny.
Okay, then I guess it would be Camdu and Zal, considering they've not really been the closest of people, but they have travelled for a long time.
Zal congratulates the princess on her noble quest. I know we have not always seen eye to eye, and our families have often been at odds. But we're proud of the many years of travel and friendship that her legacy will continue on in my heart and potentially in my family's heart going forward.
Thank you so much. Can you give Zal a hug and say, I wish you all the best, and may your future be bright and successful.
And Zal will hug her back in a caring way that he hasn't had the opportunity to do in a very long time.
Yeah.
And then Camdu gets a moment with Fyodor, who's currently looking for Pilfrey.
He's probably with Drazzle, because Drazzle was in the last. I forgot that.
Well, good luck on your ventures. Your name will reign in your family's tents for eternity.
And it's not.
Thank you very much.
It's not very often you get to be at your own funeral.
Yes.
I don't know Camdu as well, but I give her a little carving of the horse. Carving is one of my things.
Okay.
To remind her of us. And
Yep.
give her...
And while Tidal hasn't actually had much to interact with you yet, I don't think you've actually been introduced to Tidal yet.
I don't think so.
No, not yet.
So
Okay.
you get a chance to see a water genasi with a dragonborn that you have spoken to in the past. You do recognize Drazzle because he's one of the few people who's taller than you.
Aha. Okay. Well, I wish all the party, every member, the best in their future.
Mm.
And I will always be with them in spirit, no matter wherever.
Tidal will say, even though he obviously just met you, wishes you the best in your endeavours of legacy, and he'll make sure that Jazzle spells your name correctly in his chronicle book.
That's a good...
Drazzle crosses out the name and rewrites it.
I'll try and look over and make sure it's correct.
Just on a quick side note, I wrote down here that Ilsa has an interaction with Kokachin. I don't know who Ilsa is.
Ilsa was the player who was there for the night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I better write that down.
So you remember who it was?
Yep.
Okay, so yes, and Drazzle, as his big conversationalist he is, congratulates you on a successful hunt and gives you a hug. He generally gets his tenses wrong as far as everyone else is concerned.
So, what did Drazzle say to him?
He said he congratulated her on a successful hunt.
So she succeeds. This is good to know. I'm writing it down.
Okay. So, during that time, that gives Zal and Chauvel a chance to ask questions they wanted to do for Redrian. considering unfortunately they were unavailable last time we had them.
Yes.
You were hands full.
Mm.
I think it was more you were
Understandably.
so exhausted you could barely keep your eyes open.
Was travel child and trying to get things set up at the coast house.
Adrian
I
wanted
won't
us
let
to
off.
do again.
So we're investigating exactly how the Hellenic clerics got massacred. So we've now got the northern people's story, which is that the Hellenic clerics basically Jehovah witnessed them into wanting to kill them, and that they didn't seek permission from the Khan or anyone to come in and Jehovah Witness.
That's the Ethengarian belief.
Yeah.
Northern, the people that did it, the missionaries were from the north.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
I'll let
basically-
you answer that better then, because
basically
I've
the-
obviously got it mixed up. I'm sorry.
Basically, the missionary saying we don't need permission. We're
Yeah.
doing God's business.
And basically the missionaries were preaching the goddess of war.
Um,
Martin,
Yep.
can I ask the head priestess here
Yep.
more about it?
Okay, so she says, what do you wish to know, child? She says.
I would like to hear sort of not an abridged or biased version that we've heard from some of the warriors about sort of the noble deaths that they dealt out to these pilgrims, and while I understand that they were not welcome in their sort of pilgrimage, it seems a bit odd to me that all of them would be killed for their sort of transgression, basically.
Well, she does laugh a little bit and says that if you ask anyone in camp, she's sure you'll get a different answer.
We've been finding that out very readily as well, so...
And depending on who asks, what answer they'll give you. Only 3 people in this camp actually know what happened.
we haven't found them yet.
She's one of them.
Ah, okay.
Would you be kind enough to, I guess, tell your tale?
I would, but unfortunately I can only tell you.
Okay.
It is for the clerics of Yamurga only. You
so
still
go-
wish to know the truth?
Go somewhere privately?
She takes you into a group of trees away from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And sits down and tells you a tale about how the gods be crazy.
Hey, that's what I've been stating all through the adventure, that gods are crazy.
And the goddess of war, Vanya, has been sending missionaries to the south, while the god of law, Tubak, has been preaching that the missionaries are evil and sinful and will lead them down the wrong path.
That sounds like Trebek, indeed, given how Paladin.
It has been it has been a harsh learning lesson for some of the people that the youths are acting on these new feelings of hatred and anger towards people who we've been culturally at war with for most of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
But the youth seem to want the war to happen now. And while the missionaries were coming through, the young, barely old enough to fight a war, decided to massacre all the missionaries in their sleep.
And what does our goddess or god Yunga think about, I guess,
She doesn't.
Tuba and
She
this
did,
other.
she did not agree with the preachings of Tubak, but Tubak is the lawbringer and has been telling he has been preaching intolerance.
But is intolerance truly justice?
It is not justice. The Ethengarians in general are not a tolerant people. They do not like people telling us to change our ways or act differently, or who are disrespectful. But the extremes at which they're now acting are well and far beyond what Tubak used to preach.
Would it be worth getting our paladin to talk to Tubak directly to get, I guess,
$1,800 load.
Yes.
yeah.
She says that depends on if you wish to start a holy crusade in the name of Tubak.
Not really.
Then probably
I
no.
guess we're trying to prevent one. So how do we prevent this from escalating further?
Don't encourage your friend to have a word with his god. With her god.
That's going to be difficult.
Well, people don't talk to the gods directly all the time. They get visions, they get signs and omens, but direct conversations are in the realms of maybe once or twice a year if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Normally if you're unlucky, because it generally means you've died, or about to die.
Yeah.
As you may know.
Yeah, a few times.
I'm back.
Hi, Sue, welcome back.
And if you look at the root cause of it, she does believe that it's at the fault of Vanya and Tubak, not the missionaries or the youth.
So I missed the beginning of that one.
She says she believes the core problem is Vanya sending the missionaries and Tubak pushing the youth to more intolerance.
Right. So would it be worth us exploring where these missionaries have come from to try and understand why their god is trying to push, I guess, Tubak into a corner?
Tubak will never be in a corner. He is one of the greater gods that is in many pantheons. We know him as Tubak, but he has many names. Just like Yamuga is the earth dweller for us, she's also many names for other people as well.
Yes.
So, she doesn't understand why they're trying to start a war.
So we travel to find why they're wanting to start a war with Tubak then. Not so much put it in a corner, that was maybe a cool first word, but put themselves in a corner?
But everywhere where Tubak's various incarnations are in control are becoming more and more aggressive.
Okay, so we may need to bulk up many trees.
I like this pun.
Many trees may be unuseful. You may want to find a god or goddess who's willing to talk about what's going on. At the moment, the gods themselves do not want to discuss what's happening. Apparently, there is something amiss.
And I presume Yamuga is also not being forthcoming.
Yamuga is unhappy, and Yamuga being unhappy is not something she's used to.
Right. would it be wise for me to converse with her as or do you think we should find out more information before I do that?
She thinks for a bit and says she has tried talking to Yamuga about it, but Yamuga is unable to talk about what the root cause is.
Right. So more investigation is in order before we start talking again.
But it does have something to do with the intolerance of magic as well.
Okay.
So not only are the missionaries in danger, all those who practice the arcane arts are also in danger.
Is she saying that because she knows something about me that is not well known, or she's just general warning?
You're not sure because you've never actually told her.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point. So am I getting like, I know your secret vibes, or is it just general warning vibes?
Well, you're not sure why she threw it in there. You have a feeling she may know, but give me an insight roll.
I will do an insight roll. I need to find my dice.
Can I ask a quick question? The Ethengarians are the country that want to wipe out all magic because they don't believe in magic users?
Yeah.
I remember something.
Oh, they want to wipe out wizards and that.
Arcane casters.
What?
So
Arcane.
they approve of some people?
Yeah, shamanistics and druids and things
Oh,
like that.
shamans.
Go, Sue.
Basically, the opposite
What about the
of...
ranger?
Sorry? No, okay, so they're taking the folks.
So what about the rangers? The rangers aren't arcane casters. They are nature casters.
Oh, okay. And that's okay?
I'm sorry.
That is something that they believe in because their one of their main gods is the goddess of nature.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So Yamurga is a goddess of nature.
Okay.
Yeah, so Yamuga is who Zal's follows as well, because originally I was also a ranger, so...
Yep.
Just wanted to give Ross room to finish saying what he was saying because everyone was
Oh,
talking.
then you've got the neighbours who basically are all ritual casters who want to basically wipe out all...
Is that the Glantrians?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The ritual casters are the Norse, the
Yeah,
but-
northern reaches. On the
No,
other
the
side.
one that also like the medieval clockwork, steampunk.
That's to the south, the dwarves.
Oh, who's to the west?
To the west, so west is the Glantrian, the wizard nation.
Yeah, the one, also in Ravenloft.
With Ravenloft-esque, but they have so many cultures it's not funny.
Yeah, but they don't like druids, clerics.
They don't like anything that's not arcane.
Yep. So basically they're stuck in the middle because everybody else is using arcane.
The northern reaches don't use it greatly as well, so they have the same belief system that magic is evil. Arcane magic is evil.
I'm getting a little bit confused here. The Glantrians are anti-non-arcane magic, but so are the Ethengarians?
The Ethengarians are anti-arcane magic. So they're the opposites.
Ah, okay, alright, yeah, it's the double negative that's got me
And
confused.
then you've got the elves who basically use magic this way and nothing else.
Yeah, and this is where Zal's stuck between a rock and a hard place, because he practices both magics.
Yeah.
Yep. So you have a foot in both camps.
Pretty much.
So what would they class elemental magic then?
Elemental magic, depends on where you get it from. It's not what you cast, it's where you source it.
Okay, what if you're actually sourcing it from the elements?
If you're sourcing it as a wizard or a sorcerer, then it's arcane magic.
Okay, well I'm not going to do any arcane casting. So I'll just keep my thieving abilities.
I also got a 17 on the inside roll.
Okay, on a 17, you do think she knows, but she's saying it in a way that means she's not outing you.
Okay.
Just as that information of not only are the clerics of other religions being more vilified, but the arcane casters are being also vilified with the same statements.
Yeah, right. Okay. So she may be tipping her hand because she knows I sit in both camps and that I might have a chance of understanding either side.
Well, Yumuga's more about balance than aggression, so for
Yeah.
her, she doesn't care that you practice magic because her belief is about the balance
Yeah.
and what
Yeah.
magic you practice. Whereas if you had been talking to a priest of Ixion, they would basically drag you out and burn you at the stake.
Yeah.
Which is why she had the conversation with you away from everyone else.
Yeah. No, that's fair. How much of this can I guess inform my party of? Just this a general sense that we need to go to places and investigate.
Well, she says it's been a year since the events happened.
Yeah.
And the Khan himself has sent a message to the Haldenic nobility, basically slapping them in the face for their missionaries, claiming it's their own fault they died.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, she does think that conflict is inevitable, and now that he's gone and sent one of his daughters on a quest to attack them, that would definitely start some sort of war. So she believes that Tubak is influencing the Khan's decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But he is a follower of Tubak as well, more than he is Yumuga.
You're right. Okay.
And she's tempering what she can, because if war is to happen, she does not think that people of the steppes will survive just yet. So she's hoping that Kamdu will take a year or so in her quest before she manages to fall.
Right.
To give
So
the people
we have
time.
a year basically of kind of waiting almost.
Well, that's what she hopes, because with everything she's seen of Kamdu, she believes that Kamdu can last a lot longer than most of the others who ventured forth.
No, I kind of go that that's our can do, you know.
Yes.
She's been in many perilous situations and has always come back, but you know, I hope this time it's a sort of glorious ending for her.
Well, she does not wish to be the person at the other end of her blades.
Yeah, no, I do not think that is advisable either.
No.
So, she does have another ranger of Yumuga that she would like to send with you to assist in your investigations.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sue, what is your character's name?
I haven't picked it yet because I was so busy trying to get back on.
Haven't picked it. That's a weird name.
I was really hoping for the first name Success and surname Full. Successful the Ranger.
Well, it could be Success, Son, or Failed.
No.
While we make our way over to this new ranger, I ask her where would be a good place to start our next lot of I guess investigations into this matter.
Well, she's not sure how much more you can investigate, considering the bodies have all been burned. The letters have been sent.
Just a quick question out of character. Does that mean essentially we've done this task for Roger and we just need to inform him? And does that mean that we then could potentially accompany Kamdu, even though we're not going to?
Well, you now have the information that you'd sought.
Okay, alright. So Yay, I did something.
which is more than you were going to get otherwise.
Yeah.
Yes, the gods are crazy.
Yeah, no, basically we meet this
That'll
ranger and
need to
then
work out who's
the
manipulating
ranger
the
and I
gods.
can inform Redrian of what's being discussed, and then I guess get a new quest for Redrian.
Okay. Well,
Kind of wish we knew that before Camdo went off by herself. But I also realised we couldn't really accompany her.
Happen for other things to progress, so
yes, everything.
Being
has a
sad
place in
doesn't
the
mean
story.
that I don't want it to happen, it just means that I'm sad about it.
And who knows, Camdo may last a couple of years in her task. It's not like she has gone down easily in the past. Okay, we are in that year. So who's the one who has the staff?
Chevelle.
No.
so I'll have a look.
Okay, so apparently you catch up with Chevelle then. And a new ranger.
And I'm trying to find Pilfrey.
I tell Chevelle
Basil.
this is a abridged version of what we discussed, and
Right.
that we really aren't going to get much more information than we've gathered already.
Get the bag, bub. Get mummy's bag and hold it.
Mia's trying to steal my dice bag and eat it.
She's a role player already, I'm telling you.
No, yeah, for sure.
No, I think she's just hungry.
I want dice.
I want dice.
You can get dice molds. You can make little jelly
Mm.
baby shots to dice.
Once the session's done, though, I
I've
need
got
to story that
icicle
came out of.
molds for dice.
So once this session's done, I need to tell you guys a story that came out of our screening room today, which is our fluoroscopy room for speech tests, speech and swallow tests.
Okay, I'll make a note that we will hear that after we finish for tonight.
Yeah, after we finish.
Okay, so yes. Yodri finds Pilfing in one of the tents.
What's he constructing now?
Okay, give me a insight roll.
I really need to get that.
Two.
No, insight. No,
Awesome.
hey, cool.
Like what I do.
Actually.
Press my stomach and answers.
Yeah, I still can't understand him.
What did you get?
I got a 10.
You got a 10?
It looks good.
Looking at it, you have no idea what he's actually done, but he's got a whole bunch of those little bits of wood that he's been playing with.
So does he actually chew it and mold it? Or
Well, he uses his teeth on them a lot.
Yeah.
And then he sticks various strips of metal in them.
I was going to say, wasn't he
where does he
ripping
get
apart
the metal from? This is the
cutlery?
That's the thing. This is.
Wasn't it
He's been
forks
stealing
and
metal the
things?
whole time, that's why you called him Pilfing.
Yeah, I know. Actually, okay, he's probably been pinching my coin.
And you do notice you have less coins than you started with.
Yeah, so let me guess. There's a lot of gold in there because
Yeah.
How many weapons have gone missing in this game?
Not many weapons have gone missing.
No, he steals small stuff because he has problems sticking axes in his mouth. Actually, I think this might be related to dwarves because don't dwarves chew a lot of metal as well?
They do. And he seems to be doing something with potatoes as well.
Potatoes. Okay, well, I'm gonna watch it. What is he actually doing with potatoes?
You have no idea. They're just there and he's just stuck things in them.
I wish he could actually speak.
Okay.
I would be able to communicate with Pilfring, would I?
He's not a beast, no.
No. I was fairly sure.
I've even got this helmet, and since he doesn't actually talk,
Mm.
you need probably the mind-to-mind thing, which I
I do have telepathic ability to speak with animals, so I just was wondering, but I can yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so give me a perception roll for your character.
that I am good at. 16. That was a bad roll.
Okay, so as you're watching, you see something, the little bits of wood start to glow and then catch fire.
Okay, put that out. That's one thing we do not want. Is it the summer, isn't it?
It is spring.
Spring. Well, even then, we do not want fire in a grassland.
So he's got like a wooden plate.
Is he
like a
trying
pudding,
to
and
make
then
something...
putting metal in it and it's catching fire
Well,
on its own?
You're not sure what happened because your character wasn't there?
No,
But
I was
yes,
just
okay,
trying to
it is-
understand the visual.
Visual is a bunch of wooden strips with wire in them.
Okay.
And one of them caught alight.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
how is
he's
he-
inherited this from the bloody gnomes.
Probably, yeah. How is the wire in them like?
He's been using his teeth to cut through.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah,
like
he's a metal one.
okay, it's like embossing it, but you filling in the outline with metal.
But the thing is,
I understand that better.
even this confused the gnomes, so... Yeah.
If anyone would know, you'd think it would be the gnomes.
I don't think the gnomes let him loose. Ooh, actually, no, I think the gnomes did let him loose, and he probably ended up destroying some stuff. That's probably why.
Okay. Though I will give you, could you notice something, another insight roll.
Okay,
8? You didn't know.
Martin,
Yep.
I've got a name.
Yep.
Imne. I-M-N-E. Imne. Strider.
I-M-N-E.
Yep, Strider.
Okay, so yes. So you basically pick him up and do you pick up his stuff he's been working on?
Yeah, I'll stick it in the bag of holding. That's one good thing. I can pull it out and then you can play around with
Maybe
it.
you could ask.
Out in an area that it's not as highly flammable.
I was going to say maybe you could show other people, like it's like Kogachin and other people like that. They might have some idea of what it is because they're like old and experienced.
Yeah, but it starts fires, so...
Well, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be engaged, and it's only one that started a fire, and apparently there's several.
Yeah, I think it's more of starting to becoming like a gnomish gnomish items, which would be unpredictable in a grassland area.
But it might be a way of figuring out his origins if we can figure out what he's doing. Might be something that his culture does. You know, like some cultures like make, little, fertile gods and jugs and, each culture does stuff that's unique to themselves. This could be unique to his culture. And one of our things is to try and find out where it comes from. It's just a thought.
It's up to you.
Yeah, okay, which one would be not really into saying burn him, he's a freak?
Well, that would be the two-back, the intolerant right now.
Yeah, well, we avoid him. But that's basically the so.
Well, that's a big chunk of the people follow
Yeah.
two-back,
So I'll have to more go to the nature side.
which is your burger.
So, did you say your character's name was Imni?
Yeah, I-M-N-E.
I-M-N-E. Okay, cool. Strider. So, in your stride?
Oh, it's just a
I-
ranger.
Trying to be funny.
Okay, so yes,
Oh.
you are introduced to, when you join the others, to Imni by the head cleric Kokachin of Yamuga.
Are we all together now?
And she asks that you take her with you on your travels.
Can you describe yourself, Sue?
Well, what do Ethengarians look like? They just look like humans?
You are humans. I will show you a picture of it on the
You're short as well.
So think Mongol
Yep.
over your other character who was more Viking.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm probably about 5'2", 5 foot, maybe just 5 foot.
Does that make me
I've
the
got
tallest
dark-
one? Sorry.
Huh?
I said, does that make me the tallest one now? Because Candu was like 6 something, wasn't she? Yeah. You've got what colour hair?
Continue describing yourself, Sue. I think she's still online.
I think she said dark hair before I impulsively intervened, which I try to not do, but don't always manage to.
It's okay. Well, she has currently giving herself a bit. Yep, she's back. Continue describing yourself, Sue. Hello, Sue.
I heard it.
The microphone must be that
I
great.
think it's going in and out at the moment. Maybe part of the weather.
Could it be the mic itself or the connection?
Her mic's on her laptop, so if the connection's dropping out, then it will drop that as
I
well.
was just curious.
So Sue will pipe up when her mic continues to work again. Yodri gets a chance to speak to Kokichin.
Yes. I've been travelling, trying to find out information.
You're the one who crashed one of the gnomish vehicles near the grasslands.
Landed, yes.
Landing implies it takes off again.
Well, landing and walking away from it.
That can be considered a successful crash landing.
Yes. But it was a landing. Yeah.
You are a swashbuckling halfling after all.
Yes. So, sobering up is never a good idea.
Especially while flying, she says.
Yes, you need to be drunk.
She thinks for a moment and goes, I would probably want to be drunk if I'm in a gnomish airship.
Yeah, that's the only way you fly them. Yes, I've been given in charge of what I've called pilfering. This little
She
bundle of mischief.
Well, at least he's green.
Yes, but a lot of people don't like the colour green.
Umerga likes green and browns.
Mm.
Yes,
Nature.
was it two-pack or whatever it
Yeah, he's more fire and reds and oranges.
is? Yeah, extremist.
Not normally, she says.
Unfortunately, gods are crazy.
Gods be crazy, yes.
Since everything seems to be out of whack, you haven't got any idea of what type of race he belongs to, or she?
She has a look at pilfering closely.
And he also likes making this type of things. I think he's got a bit of dwarf in him, because he likes chewing on metal.
Okay, she has a look at it and goes, I am not sure what it is he's making, but it seems to connect to it.
I do know that it can start fires.
Like an
Plugs into each
electricity type, like a something conducts, like wires that conduct electricity type thing.
She says, probably, but she's not that mechanically minded.
Okay.
You might want to ask gnomes about that, or dwarves, but dwarves don't like to admit they know anything about that.
I might send a note to Grindelwolf. Grindelwolf might know.
I think they gave it to me to get it out of the gnomish hold, because I think he's actually chewing his way through the
Oh,
gnomish.
okay. Well, then I won't do that unless you decide you want me to.
Yes, she does not know what race he belongs to. But there are rumors of the cats beyond the stars.
Oh, the tabaxi from the Isle of Dread.
Possibly, I don't know where the Isle of Dread is, she says.
It's
a place
I
that
know, I
Calcus...
should be able to work it out from here. Point in the general direction.
Didn't they have like a really sophisticated type ship hidden where we
vaguely,
camped?
I've got some nightmares of that area too. Mind you, they didn't.
The dinosaur place, right?
Yeah, but they didn't expect a halfling to get in.
No. But it could be that we might venture to ask the
They may know
tabaxi.
more.
I suspect that he might actually be from a different world as such.
Probably.
So are the space cats.
They've got interesting bows. Everlasting firing.
Yeah, did they have like some sort of laser or light or something?
Well, firing fire arrows, which I don't think would be very good around this area.
Yes. Fire arrows used occasionally, but not very often.
Yeah, no, this is weird. Basically, all they do is pull back the bow and it just appears and fires a fire arrow.
She has seen some like that use force instead of fire.
That would probably be a lot.
She's also seen one that does radiant as well. But they're harder to come across.
Water one would be probably more interesting.
More likely the force or cold. You can get them in different
the what?
things.
The-
Force or cold.
Okay.
With the two nations headbutting, who would get out the most with these two factions fighting against each other?
Like
the
benefit.
Haldenic Knights and the Ethengarians.
Yeah, because I think it's more being
If the-
manipulated from
If
outside.
the Ethengarians and the Haldanics actually go to war, then the dwarves, the Galantrians, and the Northern Reaches would probably come out of our battle. As would Thar's forces building up in the Broken Land, she says.
Then you've got the elves wanting to nuke the Galantrians.
Well, the elves are not on our border.
But it means that, like, who would benefit out of the world that's currently in conflict?
Who would benefit? Gods of war. They would get more power the more war there is.
And chaos as well.
Krisha would also find it interesting, but Krisha wants people to actually still be around to worship him. Because if the people die off, then there's no worshippers.
You said earlier that if the Ethengarians and the Haldanic Knights fought, that two other countries would come out better, but I forgot.
That would be
What
the
you call them?
Galantrians, the Northern Reaches, and the Horde under Thar in the Broken Lands.
Horde under Thar. Okay, that's a distinctive name.
Well,
The
he has
Galantrians.
a bunch of various unwanted races under his banner.
A what?
A bunch of unwanted races.
Oh,
under his
unwanted.
banner.
Okay.
Yeah, the
So
ogres,
a horde, literally, of creatures that no one wants.
That's sad.
Goblins amongst them.
So you said the Galantrians, something else, and the Horde under
The Northern Reaches.
Northern Regions.
Wasn't
Sorry.
the Northern Reaches where the orcs were
The orcs had left, yes.
left
Yeah.
because the giants had gone crazy?
Yeah. You're right.
That is the same place. So the orcs have left that area.
Speaking of which, how is the giant problem handling?
Well, the giants don't come down the mountains at the moment.
about the giants to the south?
No giants have come down the mountains.
God, that's not right.
But there does seem to be a lot of undead marshalling in Galantry at the moment, so they don't think that they'll come this way if war does break out between the Ethengarians and the Haldanics. They seem to be fighting amongst themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, Galantry would stay put, because if Galantry decided to come in, it means that the Ethengarian and the Knights will go against them.
New target.
Well, both the Haldanics and the Ethengarians dislike the Galantrians.
Did we get Sue back at all?
Yeah,
Yep.
Did you want to finish your description while you're here?
well, yeah, I guess so. I don't, Martin showed me a picture of an Ethengar, so that's about what I did. Okay.
I did not see that.
Pictures of Ethengar.
Sorry, this is a reflection on that. Oh, okay. You're very pretty.
Okay, I'll try to find where I was.
Sorry. I didn't realise you had to close it. I'm very visual. Sorry.
Well, this has all the NPCs in it for the region. Which is why I've been using that as a reference. Okay, so yes. What does Chauvel decide to tell Redrian?
Chauvel tells Redrian everything that Zal tells Chauvel. Which is probably the abridged version of
Gods be crazy?
yeah, you got to be crazy. But mine's alright.
No, yours is not the crazy monster. Don't worry.
I got 99 god problems, but my god ain't one.
Okay.
His god is very much in the problem.
You.
Let me speak for Rendering.
I'm more worried something's manipulating Tupac.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Zal's here with me, so.
Yeah, I give the proper abridged version to Rendering.
You have the proper abridged version?
Just gotta be crazy.
Gods be crazy, Tupac included.
No, too crazy like that.
Gods are always crazy.
Hi.
Okay. Got the correct year out now. So yes,
Yeah.
okay, Redrian is quite happy with you getting to the root of the problem. He does think that Ixion, or Tubac as you call him, may be one of the key players in what's happening.
Sorry, Martin, I'm having a hard time hearing you with baby whining in my ear.
That I can understand.
She's decided that she doesn't know what she wants to do, whether she's tired, wants to be held, wants to be put down, wants
All of the above, none of the
all
above.
of the above, yeah.
So, Redrian does tell you that he thinks Ixion may be a major player in what's happening.
Okay.
And you know him as Tubac. Because he seems to be stirring up aggression in the lands in the area.
Yep.
And most of the aggression seems to be directed towards the Galantrians, even though Ixion is also a god of magic.
But apparently Glandry does the wrong type of magic, because we learned firsthand he has no problem doing a solar blast on the poor Glandry in town.
Poor Glentree, how do you say?
Yes, for some reason he dislikes that nation.
Well, it's a nation that's also got a lot of death associated with it.
Well, he is one of the things he opposes is the undead.
Yeah, and Gallantry welcomes the undead.
So now that you've dealt with that, what else do you wish to go off and do?
Well, what tasks do you have for us that I guess nearby to the steps?
Okay.
Or even further afield. But, I don't know. What's the rest of the party think?
Don't say that, we'll end up in Pathfinder.
Further afield.
Somehow.
Honestly, I don't think we can actually transfer our characters across to Pathfinder.
Yes, these are a little more complex than the Pathfinder. They're probably about as complex as the Pathfinders, but the Pathfinder one is a little bit different in a way. He says, well, there is a cult, a water cult causing problems in the northern reaches not far from where you are.
Water? Good.
Yeah.
Northern? Not so good.
Cult of the Crushing Wave.
Did you say in the northern steppes?
Northern reaches.
Northern.
Well, at least
So
it's
they're
going
to
to
the
be
west.
on the seaside. If it's crushing.
Hey, that's good news for our paladin. Cough, cough.
Sorry, I missed what you said. Water cults.
Known as the Cult of the Crushing Wave.
Okay, thank you.
You gonna bring a bit of fire to the world, Chauvel?
Yeah.
What kind of trouble?
They're cults. They're new religions. Any new religion can
Are
cause
they
problems.
terrorizing villages? Are they stealing?
He doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
In other words, he just wants
All he's heard is that a cult sprung up.
Yeah, he just wants
Okay.
information about the cult.
And a cult means a new religion. that
Generic
is-
investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, actually, it means I can actually speak to them.
Oh, Bob, please do not rip my...
Because I know Aquin.
No, don't eat my earring either.
You know what?
Aquin.
Oh, Aquin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I basically follow water.
Does Chauvel remember how to speak?
This,
Like water?
actually, this...
I'm sure he can make water noises.
Mudkip, I choose you! Sorry.
I think it's what
I just say hello.
This
in
really
my-
sounds like it actually might be an offshoot of...
Well, you do have Tidal with you, who is a water genasi.
Yeah, I actually speak Aquan, so I can speak water.
Oh, that's right. You and Chauvel should get along swimmingly, except he's not a water genasi anymore.
You were a water genasi?
Long story short, it involved a rock.
He lost... She lost his temper.
And he got mad.
I wasn't aware rocks could change genasi, but that's an interesting thing to learn. Thank you.
Yeah, if you get angry enough to turn into one of these.
Uh-huh. So you need a rock and lots of anger. I will make sure to avoid those two things.
I thought he was going to say a hard place.
I've been to many locations which I deem hard places.
Okay, I'm just going to duck off to the bathroom while you introduce your characters properly, because you all haven't actually met fully. So I think Yodri would be a good chance to introduce him to Tidal, and Tidal can introduce Drezel to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So Drazel's the
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn, cool. Which I've met
Yes,
before.
he's a bronze dragonborn, I think.
Yes, I think that's true.
So, I am Yodri, the swashbuckler, but I've also heard of Title and many exploits in some books.
Yes.
Is that the title? Is that you? And
yes,
is all those
it's
exploits
quite a
true?
good series.
Or they've been was it elevated into
Embellished? No,
embellished,
they're,
yes.
they're mostly true.
Okay,
I'm quite fond of the series that Jazzle has written, under the alias of Dr. Azel. I'm happy to sign the books if you want. I think they're quite fantastic.
You would sign the books that Drazzle wrote?
yes, but he's the protagonist.
I'm the
Oh,
character in them.
okay, they're about title. Alright, yep.
In
Yeah.
your adventures, have you ever seen this type of creature? And showing Pilsman.
Drazzle nods.
I know Drazzle has because he's seen it before, because we have met before.
Drazzle nods.
Yes.
Can Drazzle tell us anything about them? Specifically?
So specifically, green.
That's what happened last time I spoke to him.
Do you know what land or region he came from? Or indeed time?
Time was just during the last major war.
Well, Drazzle time moves, because he's always mixing up his tenses. So maybe it's not that he's from another planet, but he might be from a long dead culture. Well, we know nothing about him, so...
Well, from my memories of meeting Drazzle, he likes hugs and stories.
Yep, me and Drazzle are in good company, because I do hugs and stories too.
Drazzle not know where pilfering from.
So something even stops the great Drazzle.
Drazzle not been there.
Any other questions for Drazzle? Protagonist.
I can't think of anything.
Can Drazzle communicate with Pilfering?
He pokes pilfering. Pilfering pokes him back.
Oh no.
He pokes pilfering.
No, this is going in an endless circle. He does that. If you poke him, you poke him.
Okay.
By the way, Pilfering's not a very good catch either. He
Does
can't catch very well.
does he know Pilfering's real name?
He thinks him good. He thought pilfering was new.
Okay.
Pilfering's what I've called.
Does he know what the little strip boards with metal is?
He looks at it and goes, Drazzle not know.
Okay. Oh, I think that's probably all that we can
Reminds
ask.
Drazzle of Space Cats.
Yeah, so the Tabaxi is definitely somewhere we want to go. Maybe we should be asking Redrian for a quest that takes us by the Tabaxi, so that we can help Yodri in his quest of getting pilfering back to his people.
Yeah, and I think the thing then we'll end
Because
up
then you
forgetting
can start
on
drinking
what our-
alcohol again, which I believe you really want to do.
Well, it means that I can actually enjoy a lot more things in life. Different flavours.
So we're happy to go and investigate this water cult, I'm guessing?
I'm happy for them. Because it means that we're going to be near bodies of water.
And you're a water person? Because you're swashbuckling.
Yes,
It's been so long since you've been near water.
Yes. I've got land legs. I need to get my sea legs back.
Well, I presume that either all the people online aren't connected or muted because.
No, they're all connected.
Are they all happy about going on this excursion?
As long as Drazzle's going, I'm happy to.
Is Drazzle going?
Drazzle happy to find new stories.
Okay.
Has Drazzle heard of anything about the cult of the crashing wave?
Drazzle nods.
What do you know of them? Their practices, their beliefs?
He says he believes they're associated with water.
Do they worship a particular god?
Drazzle not know.
Has he ever spent time with them?
Not yet.
Okay.
Martin, I think your video feed may have frozen.
It has. We've been trying to eat.
It's only just. So we're now on to Kroll. That was an interesting weapon.
What about Kroll?
Oh, they had the little throwing star thing.
So yes, Drazzle not know about cult, having just heard of cult.
Oh, I see. So I presume we're preparing to venture. What was it? West? Did you say?
It is east.
East. So we should, I guess, pack provisions, etc., for that trip.
Mm-hmm.
Does
That's
that mean we
going
go
to
shopping
the
somewhere? or-
Broken lands as well. isn't
Broken
it?
lands to the southwest.
Okay.
Broken lands south of Galantry.
Does anyone want to go shopping then before we head out again
Bartram, don't you?
and resupply?
I'm good, but I'm happy to help other people shop.
I will seek out more coffee provisions,
This is going to be
And,
interesting in the horseland territory.
food, stuffs that will help us along the way.
Okay.
I believe the group have water things that are endless water things.
The country of endless water, yes.
Yep, so I don't need to worry about that too much.
Not too much, no.
Do
You may even have a
we-
cleric who might be able to produce food and water, so you don't need provisions.
Do we know anything about the climate and the terrain that we're going
Cold
to?
and wet.
Cold. So yeah, I'd stock up on a warm clothes, that kind of thing. Stuff to make fire with, like a flint and thingy. I'm
Is there
presuming.
going to be any more fixed towns that we're going to meet on the way?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No, there will be no towns until you arrive in the northern reaches.
Okay.
You're not exactly sure where the cult is in there, just that you've heard it's sprung up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it may require some investigation to hunt down.
Are people taking all their respective mounts? If not,
only
then
got one.
we have to arrange for. Well, we have to arrange for mounts for anyone who might need them, and perhaps arrange stabling for mounts that we are going to leave behind. Because I believe we've got quite a few animals, don't we?
Right.
You do. I was just about to see if Sue can randomly roll for her current character. So, Sue, do you want to roll a percentile roll to see which tribe you belong to of the Khans?
I think it's horses.
Yep. What do I roll?
Percentile roll.
Percentile. Okay, I got two double zeros and a 7.
So you got 7. So you belong to the Merkits clan. So you actually belong to the ruling Khan's clan.
Again.
So your sister is going off for a grand quest.
So give me another percentile roll.
Okay.
She'll be another princess, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
28.
28. You come from a struggling family.
Aha.
So your family doesn't have a great standing with the Khan.
Right.
And you don't always have enough to get by. You have a single light warhorse to your name.
Okay.
Better than nothing.
Yep.
Your parents do have 2 poor horses as well, but your entire family has 3 horses together. But they've given you the light warhorse to travel with, or they use the 2 poor horses to travel with.
Right, okay. So it's Merkit's clan.
Yep.
Yep.
That's not a bad starting point.
Yep.
And I don't think there's anything else we need
What
from...
language can I speak?
You can speak the common language of Thiatan, Ethengarian, and most likely Haldanic.
Common is, what was it?
Thiatan.
I'll just put common.
Because the other common is Alphatian.
Thiadan.
Yeah, it's a world with 2 common tongues.
Okay, Thiadan. And the other one was
Haldanic. Hald.
A-N-I-C, I would
Yep.
presume.
That sounds close enough.
Languages. Out of the Merkits clan, and I have 1 single war.
It does show the differences between a good standing one and a struggling one.
In that case, because we've got a few new people, I might get water thingy-majiggy so that if other people don't have them, I can share mine.
Right, the Decanter of Endless Water.
Endless water, yeah.
Not easy to pick up, there's no magic shops here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Basically, we can pick up food and that's about it.
Can
and
I-
probably some hides.
Send messages off to Calcrix and Grindelwalfel at the same time.
I have one of those, I believe.
You can send messages off. The Ethengarians are amongst the best messengers in the world. They say they will deliver the message and kill anyone who gets in their way.
As long as I don't kill Drazzle, Calcrix, or Grindelwalfel, I'm kind of good with that. So I'll send both of them messages of what I've been up to so far. I let them know what's happened with Camdu. I put in a bunch of my journal writings for Grindelwalfel to store for my tree in case I die. And mentioned that we're now heading off to investigate these water cult off to the east, and also mention the new people that I've met that are now party to the original group, which I think is Yodri, Zal, and Cheval. Is that right? Yeah.
Okay. It takes you about a week to cross the lands of grass.
The sea of grass.
Considering you do also have with you a cart and a weed horse.
Oh, yeah, yep. So it takes us a week.
It's the sort of horse that can scratch its head with its back hoof.
Okay, I thought you were talking about my water pony.
No, it's like a demon that's made itself to look like a horse, but doesn't actually know what a horse is. So it's Drazzle's horse.
Instead of hoof prints in the ground, it leaves claw prints.
Okay. I thought it was one of those Asian horse.
And every time
things.
you ask Drazzle what it is, he says it's horse.
That's probably its name. Does the Axebeak bring back any goblins or anything like that while we're travelling?
The Axebeak is the best behaved you've ever seen the Axebeak.
Interesting.
Sal is wondering if the Axebeak has been replaced with something else because it's actually very attentive and nice.
Okay. I'm going to ask the Axebeak what's going on. You're being very good.
Is it because he's back home?
Partly because it's back home, and partly because he doesn't like whatever's pulling the cart.
Oh, okay, so something's bigger and nastier than he is, so he's towing the line. Okay, fair enough.
Apparently it tried to eat the thing towing the cart and didn't come off too well.
Oh, okay.
It's about time you bit off more than he could chew. Sure.
Wasn't this the same thing that was eating things from when somebody tried to move the cart?
Yep.
Okay.
It's an omnivore. Doesn't care what it eats. Okay, so after a week crossing the plains and the grasslands and being home for a lot of you, you start to come out and rise up into the mountains near where the giants rule as you're heading into the northern reaches. Where in the northern reaches do you want to head first? I'll try to bring up a map for you.
Sorry, I missed like the last minute or so. What happened after my Axebeak tried to buy more than he could chew?
You managed to make it to the northern reaches. Where did you want to go in the northern reaches?
Yeah, where are we supposed to be looking?
You don't know. It's just somewhere there.
Don't come across any other travelers?
Oh, currently we're not following any roads.
There are no roads in that direction.
Well, there could be other people like us who are not necessarily travelling on a car.
They'll be more like a hunting party or something.
Most of the people of the steppes had joined the Khan for celebrations.
Okay.
The only one we're going to run into are either a scouting party for another mob.
Okay, so you can come out near the top of Vestland, so head towards the Seaforth Tower. Which would that would be that one there.
Okay. Where did we start from?
The grasslands. You could have intentionally come out this way, or tried to come out somewhere down here.
It's a water clan. What was it called again? The
Cult of the Crushing Wave.
I would say it's probably ocean then, so probably head towards the ocean rather than the river? Question mark?
Okay.
Well, that's the closest settlement if we head north. Is that,
then
the
we could-
capital, or was that actually a...
The capital is down here.
Ah, it's the red one. So what's
Red
that
one
one
you're
a keep,
capital.
is it?
That is a keep, yes.
But-
Which means more likely to be friendly because it's a trade point.
And it'll be the closest point where we can seek more information about the water cult.
Well, we've also got another town nearby too.
Yeah, well then we can move on from there to the next town, or if the keep people give us information that the water cult's like down by the main city, well then we know that that's where we want to end up, maybe.
So around the middle here is where you found Red Larch last time. So
Found
Red Larch
what?
Red Larch. It's another village that they had encountered early levels.
Okay, cool.
So about levels 1 and 2.
I'm just gonna get some Panadol.
So where does the party wish to go out?
Well, I'm suggesting the northeast.
So that northern bit up here,
Yep.
where you've got the closest to the path, and they can follow the path around.
Yep.
Because the further you go south, the more mountains you have to cross.
We could also go by boat.
That too. So what does Zal and Sheriff Al think?
Sorry, we haven't been able to hear much in the last 5 or so minutes of gameplay because Mia's decided that she's going to crack the shit.
That I can understand.
So, what was the sort of basic rundown of the last 5 minutes?
Last 5 minutes was asking, did you want to come out of Ethengar to the northern end of the Northern Reaches where you can follow the road around? Or did you want to cross country through where you found Red Larch last time and go where there are no paths?
Well, we haven't been off the beaten path in a while, so...
Because Yodri recommends the north where the paths are because he expects it to be on the ocean.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, so... But do we think they're going to be that obvious?
You don't know. That's the reason you're investigating.
Well, I mean, I guess we could go with the obvious and then always go back to the off-beaten trail later.
You can. Okay. And the Sue does Imni think that is a good plan as well?
Yep.
Okay, so everyone's agreeing with Yodri.
Woohoo! That's a first.
That might be the first that we've ever actually agreed on. Yodri's a good idea.
Why do you think I actually said everyone's agreeing with Yodri and looked at Ross and Ross was going... It just shows how far Yodri's come in the time he's been playing him.
A very long way from the person who crashed.
Yeah, but guess what? Next we're going to go by boat.
Yeah, but at least that's by actual boat, not skyboat.
Skyboat, boat. There's both boats.
Yeah, well, I think you're a little bit more familiar with the former rather than the latter.
Well, no, with the former I'll have to get drunk first. I can only fly them while I'm drunk. But that means that I can't fly them because I can't get drunk.
Okay. So you have no problems making it to, sorry, bring the map back up again, to Seaforth Tower. There are a bunch of guardsmen on duty with spears and shields, horned helmets.
We'll be back in a minute, Martin.
I understand. And Yodri's up front.
Well, I'm going to activate my helm of comprehend languages because I don't think they'll understand. I don't think I actually speak any.
You don't speak Haldanic?
That's the northern stuff, doesn't it? Yeah. Nah.
Okay, so that they seem to be playing a game based on the color of people's outfits.
Okay.
As your helm kicks in.
Yeah.
And they're giving each other points based on colors.
Okay. Oh, mine's mostly browns and blues.
One of them groans when you show up. It seems he lost the competition.
Oh, okay.
Looks down at you and says, "So, little kid, what do you need?"
Kid, yes, my stature may show as I'm a child, but I'm actually 30 years old.
He looks at you and says, "You've been cursed then, haven't you?"
Yes and no, not by my size, but by other means. My curse is that I can never get drunk, which is a terrible curse.
He looks horrified.
Yes, it is that way. But we are mere travellers.
Such a curse might spread. You might need to stay out of town, sir.
No. This curse will not spread. It's only to me.
But curses spread. Didn't you know curses are evil?
Yeah,
They're contagious.
The curses are evil, but they are not contagious. Only the person who bestowed the curse on me can bestow it on other people. It's not to the cursed one.
He looks confused. He's a guardsman after all.
Yes, but I thought at least the guardsmen would under. Okay,
He-
my
he-
opinion of guardsmen here is not.
He's a guardsman on the edge of their nation.
Okay.
Not a prestigious point.
How much ale can 1 gold get you?
He says you can get a small barrel for a gold.
Okay. Well, there's a barrel for you, and there's a barrel for you.
And then they high five.
Yep. So we now can cookie.
And what are you here for? Oh, cursed little one.
Yeah, we're here for knowledge and adventure.
If ye seek knowledge, speak to the Skald. He knows everything.
And how do I find the Skald?
They look at each other and go, "Ye not find Skald, Skald find you."
He's one of those people. Okay. So basically the tavern and wait for him to front up.
As you look in there into the walls of this keep, you see that the place is made up of barracks, tavern, which also counts as an inn, and the main tower itself.
Okay.
It's not a very big place.
I thought there might have that'd be at least a little trading post here.
That's their version of a trading post.
The tavern. Okay. Yeah, well, it is the centre of everything.
The tavern has lots of dried foods hanging out the front, or drying foods, as the case may be.
Hey, I haven't had fish for a while.
There is a lot of fish there.
Cool.
So I gather we've arrived at...
You've arrived at Seaforth Kit Tower.
Yep, and I've just wasted 2 gold. But hey, I'm not complaining.
What did you waste 2 gold on?
Guards getting drunk.
Oh, okay.
I confused them, so to shut them up, I just went, here, have a year's worth supply of ale.
Here, go be drunk. Do your job less competently.
I expected the guards to be a bit more coherent. That's all.
Okay.
So we're at a tavern, are we, did you say?
Oh, basically we've got a choice of guard station, tavern,
Main tower.
main tower.
What time of day is it?
It is about midday.
Go to the tavern, have lunch, figure out where we're going to go from there?
Tavern's also the trading post.
Exactly. We can get information from there.
Okay, so you rock up to the trading post tavern. There's a place to hitch up your horses.
I'm not going to hitch myself up. But I gather everybody else hitches up their horses and Axe speaks, and I'm guessing Drazzle doesn't need to hitch up horse.
No, horse just bites the railing.
Oh, okay. Like, bites it or just chews?
Hitch my axe speak up anywhere. He kind of, if you kind of tell him to stay, he will. Sort of.
Well, he's been far more behaved now that he's met someone bigger and more vicious than him.
He's no longer the alpha in this group.
Yeah, I'll be back again.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, since I can communicate with beasts, can I communicate with horse?
No,
Oh, okay.
he's
so
not a beast.
not a beast.
He's a demon.
Yeah.
As we've been told before.
Well, you know, it's worth a shot. Didn't cost me anything to give it a shot.
No, but you know all the other animals don't like him.
Yeah. Go in, order lunch, see if anyone's friendly enough to offer a bit of local news and gossip.
There is singing and lots of bawdy songs in various languages in the tavern.
Is it too loud?
Not too loud.
Okay.
You can easily have conversations. There's lots of different conversations happening.
I ask the barkeep if there's any particular group that, you know, that's local who could, you know, I could catch up with, find out a bit more about the town and
Says,
you know, happenings and going-ons.
This here keep is all this town has.
Mm-hmm.
We're just a small little settlement here.
Well, obviously he's busy, but is there someone that I could break bread with and, you know, just talk casually about, you know, what it's like to live here and, you know, explain that I like to collect tales of other places.
Oh, you must want to talk to the Skald.
The
Skald.
Skald?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, he's the lawkeeper.
Oh, okay. Where are they?
Wherever they wish to be.
Well, do they have a home? Are they here right now?
They find you.
Oh, do
that's
they?
That's what I've been told.
Oh, okay.
So I thought the tavern.
Well, if you
probably
see the
was-
Skald, you know, maybe let them know that I'm interested in swapping tales.
He is more than happy to let it be known.
I give him a tip that's appropriate without insulting him.
And he hands you a fish head stew.
I would offer that to Pilfering because I don't eat fishies. I'm more
Fish
of
are
a-
friends, not food.
Yeah, I'm more of a fish are friends, not food type. But I have less trouble than Bruce the Shark does in resisting. Does Pilfering take it?
You can have them battered, you can have them crumbed.
Pilfering's more than happy to munch on things.
Awesome. Is there any, you know, just like bread and cheese type stuff?
They have dried breads and cheese.
Oh, I'll get myself like a charcuterie type table, but not with all the meat on it, just the olives and things like that. Fruits.
Fish, if I had some fish.
They have various fish meals. So you can get it in any sort of style of fish you like, except raw.
Why would I eat it raw?
Some people like it raw.
Yeah, but that's barbaric.
You
can't get the flavours.
Well, we're there.
You need all
sorry.
the special spices.
Well, they do have more spices than you've seen in most places.
You might want to stock up so that you can have those handy when you're cooking on your own.
Because they do seem to, you can get some of the spice aroma in the air. It does remind you of the halfling desire to set bonfires in the stomach.
I am not sharing the bathroom with you. Since I'm there, I ask.
I've got an iron stomach.
Well, but still, I'd rather play it safe. Ask the barkeep if they've heard of any sort of cult type
Yes, there's
peoples
been
that stand out.
lots of cults of late. Very cultivating, he says.
I ask about whether or not he's heard of the cult of the crushing tide.
He's not heard of the crushing tide, but he has heard of the crushing wave.
Was it cult of the crushing wave? Because
Yes.
you told me. I wrote it down a few times.
Crashing tide sound also cool. Maybe
Okay.
that'd be the after effect
Wave.
of the crashing
But the
wave.
thing is, Redrian actually didn't have the right name.
Oh, okay. Well, I correct my records.
Which is why he was asking for information.
I ask, what does he know of them? Are they here? Where are they set up?
He's heard that they have a temple along the coast somewhere. He's not actually visited it because, gods be crazy.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's along the coast towards the main city.
Towards to the south.
To the south. Okay.
He also says he's also heard of the cult of the Howling Hatred.
That doesn't
Okay.
sound too good.
I ask what he knows about them.
They're a bit windy.
Oh, I see.
Is the cult of the crushing wave, are they favourable to the fishermen and that?
He's not sure, but they like the water.
Did you just? Sorry.
The crushing waves obviously got something to do with water, he says. Otherwise, why else would they call themselves watery things? Then,
It could be just a giant ruse to throw us off.
Yes, they happen to be fire worshippers.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
well, he thinks the cult of the Scarlet Moon are more fire worshippers.
Scarlet Moon?
Yeah, Burning Moon, Scarlet Moon.
Now that sounds like something the paladin would be interested in.
But he's sure the stories of all the women running around a campfire naked are just stories.
500 people running around campfires.
Yeah, so who would really want to run around a campfire in the snow butt naked? That just sounds crazy.
Cheval gave the thumbs up.
Then there's the cult of the sacred stone. He's not really sure what's so sacred about a stone.
Oh, it's even more up Cheval's alley.
This sacred stone is going to help us. Unfortunately, someone threw it in the river.
Should it be
He put it
the?
back. You got it back.
I got a replacement.
No, you got it back. You got your exact rock
No,
back.
you found the river because it's really high.
Uh-huh.
I ask about the cult of the crushing wave.
Yep.
Whether or not he's met any. Are they friendly?
He's not met any. He says that there's some temple down south.
But he hasn't heard that they're mean people or welcoming people or.
I'm sure all temples are welcoming. He shrugs, unless of course you want to talk to the priests of Loki. In which case, then you might be a bit disturbed with the response.
Fair enough. I ask about just local news. Has anything been happening in town?
Well, there's news that at Riverguard Keep, there's a group there trying to raise a new Yaldum.
A new what?
Yaldum.
What's a Yaldum?
So that is the JARLDOM, which is basically kingdom.
Ah, okay.
So Yaldum.
So that means they'll be trying to take somebody else's property.
So news that
So the area you're in is basically to the south is the Sutterford Jarldoms itself, where each is their own kingdom, where Vestland is supposed to be under the Novik king, and each of them is their own little mini kingdom.
Yeah, so basically they all fall underneath the head Jarl, and they've got little... But you've
Mini
got-
Jarls.
Yeah, so you've got another one who's actually trying to make up his own little...
so news that who is trying to raise a Yaldom?
Riverguard Keep.
The Riverguard Keep.
Yeah, where's Riverguard? So it's all the way south, so we don't
I
have
was
to...
just trying to
Okay.
figure out which one it is. Well, I'm sure we'll have to figure out where that one actually is. I'm sure I've written it down. Okay, and there's also a bunch of fire witches in Vestland. He's sure it's not related to the Scarlet Moon in any way, but when you say a bunch of women in fire, who knows if it's the same people or not.
So that's the Court of the Scarlet Moon.
A bunch of fire witches, as have been called, is another rumor.
And where were they rumoured to be?
That's further east.
Near Red Larch, she says.
That's further east, isn't it? Over the...
That is west from where, south where you are.
Oh.
Red Lark. So is that on our way to possibly the temple?
It's not along the coast.
It's not on the coast. Okay, alright, cool. It's good to know. I chit chat while I finish my meal, and other people can ask questions if they'd like to find out anything specific. I also ask where we might spend the night. That's, you know, a not necessarily a cheap place, but also not expensive.
Says, well, the only place that offers lodging is his tavern.
I ask if he's got any vacancies.
Always.
Are people happy if I arrange for rooms for us for the night? So we can sleep in the bed for a bit?
Or is it a big room?
Yeah, sure.
Yep, okay, so I'll organise lodging for the night.
Okay. They do have a tradition that if you can tell a good story, you'll get lodgings free for the night.
I'll
I'll
be in for that. And I let Drazzle know because I don't mind having a bit of competition, since both of us will be staying in the same room anyway, so it doesn't matter who wins as long as one of us does.
I would love to see a competition of stories between you and Drazzle.
Yeah, I'll see how I go.
Mm-hmm.
Is that done at a particular time of day, like in the evening?
In the
or-
evening.
Okay, cool.
And the Scarlet of the town normally oversees it.
Which of the town?
The Skald, the lawkeeper.
Oh,
Skald.
that's an interesting name.
It's a title, not a name, he says.
Interesting title. Is there a story behind that as well?
That is basically what the name means, storyteller. Lawkeeper.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Maybe not too much.
No, too much I can believe.
Yeah, it's basically also what the bard's based off.
It's basically what a Norse bard is called.
Ah, cool.
And they can drink alcohol.
And there's lots of alcohol here. You can see many different brands on display, including a couple of halfling ones you've never drunk.
I never will at the moment.
They have actual halfling runes that you've never learned embedded on the side of it.
How much for the bottle?
It's a barrel, and he says that the barrel itself goes for 100 gold.
Are you going to buy alcohol that you can't taste or enjoy?
The thing is, it's got a rune on it that I've never seen before.
Oh, okay.
The
Alright.
the halfling from the Five Shires lost their language.
Oh.
That's why they hate the dwarves.
How safe would that be in a bag of holding?
Well, you've got to get it through the opening. After that, it's fairly safe. Unless, of course, it's a bag of devouring, in which case, not safe
It's
at all.
not a bag of devouring.
Okay, that you're buying this interesting...
No, the problem is I don't think it would actually... It's with a bag, it's only that. I need a sack of holding.
How big is this?
It's a barrel, so...
Oh, it's a barrel. Oh, well, why can't I just sketch it for you? I'm good at doing that. I draw things all the
Yes, but
time
it's
for my
not
tree.
the same thing.
Well,
Because it actually has power of some sort.
oh, okay.
Do you detect magic?
No. I sense it as a halfling does. Yes,
It doesn't sense its magic.
it senses magic. It has to. Anything that's written in halfling has got to be magical because it's been destroyed.
Well, he says that this comes from the halfling lands to the north.
Gonna say...
North.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've not known of the halfling lands to the north.
What are these halfling lands to the north?
Oh, they are the... If I can actually remember the names.
I'm only from the south. I've never heard of northern halflings.
Well, he says they exist.
Okay. You've now piqued my interest.
Could you possibly buy this barrel and then send it to your base place?
No.
Yeah,
It'll never make it a big
halfling
drunk before.
nation of Leda. Ledia.
You would get the Ethengarians to do that because they'll kill anyone who tries to drink it.
Take me to your leader.
Take me to
Oh,
Leda.
sorry, Lehard.
Lehard.
L-E-E-H-A.
L-E-E-H-A.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I sketch it anyway, just in case it's of use.
Far to the north.
Drazzle's
Almost
got
in
a
the
cart.
outskirts.
You could ask Drazzle if Drazzle's willing to transport it for you. It's something to think about.
So you are below here,
Yeah. Because I've...
and this is all the way up the top.
So it's in the opposite of the direction we're currently going.
So not very far from the north of the continent. That's in the Norwald region.
Okay.
Oh.
Could be something we could chase up next time. After we do this.
That one. So yeah, it's in the Norwald region to the part of the north. He trades with various traders.
So, does he have anything else from that halfling?
Just that barrel is all he's got left.
Okay, alright. Well, are they still around?
Of course they're still around. Why would they not be, he said.
Well, you said you've got this barrel and that's all that you've got, so
No,
it
no,
suggests
it
that...
means it most likely sold out of whatever he had previously.
Oh, okay.
So what other things did they normally trade?
Brandy, cider.
God, your halflings are really into the alcohol.
Yeah. Anything that they can ferment and sell, they do. Because basically, long travel doesn't actually make it worse.
So they must have escaped the purge as such.
Technically, yes, they got out before the purge.
Did you want to ask him anything else?
You don't have any maps of that area, do you?
He does not travel. He just buys from travellers.
Okay. Might be worthwhile asking around in the tavern if anyone's been that way. You might get more information.
If you find any Minrathad sailors, they might actually have maps of the region.
Minrathad.
Yep. They're more likely to share their maps than most others. For a price, of course.
Yeah.
Rather
Well,
steep
you
price.
could go
Understandable.
go down to the docks, which I presume because this is a port, and see if you can find any of those sailors. If we're here,
He looks out the window and says, only North ships in the harbour today.
okay. Well, it's something, I guess. I will wander around the small town for most of the afternoon until evening. And everyone I meet, I'll ask if they know anything about the cult.
Okay. Give me a investigation roll.
18 plus.
Am I able to assist the elf at all, Mark? Because I'll go around the town as well.
I'm happy to give the elf advantage if you assist.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
You get to roll twice and take the best of the two results.
Okay.
So you got an 18 on one.
Ooh, 9.
So 18 is the roll.
Right. What would I add to that? That's
The
perception.
skill investigation.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't have
Intelligence
if you don't have investigations, then you add intelligence.
Okay, so that'd be 19.
But depending on which season your character currently is, you get another bonus of +1
How
based
do I
on your
figure out what
season.
season I'm in?
There is a page that has all your seasons on it.
Okay.
Should be the last page.
While we're doing that, I'm going to have a wander down the docks and breathe in the sea air.
It should have seasons at the top.
Okay. Autumn. Air aspected. Doesn't actually tell me when these seasons are on.
You choose at the end of every long rest which season you are.
Oh, okay.
And because you're a druid who's at least 6th level, you can actually choose to use 2 seasons, as long as they're adjacent seasons. Though Sorrow is adjacent to all seasons.
I might go for autumn/winter because winter is water aspected and autumn is peace and goodwill.
Yep.
And I feel that those things would help me. And winter also gives you the vibrant energy of world slumbers.
What, you sleep well?
The vibrant energy of the world slumbers. It says. So I'm guessing while the world is slumbering, it's regenerating. I guess.
So that means so you've got you pick
A wisdom bonus of +1 for winter and a dex bonus of +1.
for autumn. Yep. So that means you don't get an extra bonus for that.
Yeah, so just 19 then.
19. Okay, so yes, as you're going around asking through town, you do find out that the Temple of the Crushing Wave is fairly new, having just opened its doors at the start of this year.
Okay.
They opened it at the start of winter, well, midwinter actually, because winter started the previous year.
So it opened recently, midwinter.
And that someone by the name of Gar Shatterkeel is the prophet of water for the temple.
Shatterkill?
Shatterkeel.
Keel. Okay, yep.
As in boat.
Yep. Is
very good
the...
name because he shattered his keel.
Or he shatters other people's keel.
Did you say shaman priests?
Prophet of
Prophet.
water.
Yeah, I knew it was a P. Prophet of this cult. Yep.
Which, considering you've got a couple of water aspected people with you, is not a bad thing.
No, that's not a bad thing. This is all good.
So, as Tidal's now on the coast, what does Tidal wish to do?
Probably give prayers to Trugan? No, not Trugan. Oh crap.
You're
forgot the
praying
name.
for crap?
He forgot who he worships.
No.
Your god won't be impressed with you.
Player forgot. Character does not.
Drazzle points out the word Proteus in your
Proteus, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Wasn't it very nice of Drazzle?
Yes, Proteus. Probably head to the ocean side and give prayers to Proteus, but also ask the locals if there's a temple to Proteus nearby.
There is no temple to Proteus nearby. I'm looking around, but there is a little lemonade stand on the docks.
What a shrine.
A lemonade stand is a temple now?
No, but when you're looking for a temple, you do find a lemonade stand on the docks.
Oh, right, okay.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah, cool. Well, I can't drink alcohol. I might as well drink lemonade.
Okay. There's a young girl on the stand selling glasses of lemonade for, lemon juice for 1 copper each.
Yep. Oh, I'm happy to have a couple of drinks. Since this be the only flavoured drink I can have other than water.
It has a bubbly texture to it.
Yeah.
Well, if it gives me headaches, I know it's got alcohol in it.
No alcohol.
Gather we're not a group, so I don't
No,
get
I
to try this
wanted
out.
to get
You're
some
with,
I wanted
you're
to
with
get-
Title.
No, I wanted to get some sea air.
So I'm assuming Tidal and Drazzle are with you at this stage.
Yeah.
Probably.
And you see Drazzle having a conversation with the girl.
Okay. Does this girl... Is she a water genasi, or is she a... What is...
You think she's more of an Undine than a water genasi?
Okay.
What is an Undine?
Is basically a water nymph.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I just couldn't
Hello.
I'll ask Drazzle where he knows her from.
Drazzle wrote book.
Oh, so you've written about her?
Yes, Drazzle wrote book.
Okay. I guess I'll introduce myself to her, seeing as how she knows Drazzle's books.
Martin,
Yep.
am I just stepping away quickly?
Okay. Yes, you introduce yourself. She looks unimpressed with you.
I just kind of smile because I'm happy with the books.
Do you offer to sign her books?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, she says she doesn't have a copy of the books. Why would she have a copy about the books about her?
Wait, which book is about you? Drazzle's written, quite a few.
She says, well, obviously you're not a good dad then.
What? Obviously, player
Wait
comment,
a
not.
minute.
What?
Can I just
This is
pull
your
Drazzle
daughter?
aside for a second?
Yep. You do pull Drazzle aside.
What's going on here? Is this one of your wibbly wobbly, timey, wimey, weird things, and this is not actually here? This is someone else from different yesterday's, futures, present, something?
He's sipping, slurping through one of the glasses that the girl had sold him, and he goes, no. And then just looks at you as if you should know better.
Title looks very confused, both because of this and because he got a straight answer from Drazzle.
So how old does she look?
She looks to be about maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
I will smile at her and just ask Drazzle. Drazzle, you mentioned there were multiple daughters. Which one is this?
What's your name?
Oh, this daughter from book.
But you said the next book had the... oh, I'm so confused. Okay. I'm assuming Little Pool?
I never really liked that name, she says.
Little Cool?
Little
Cool.
Little Pool, okay.
Oh, apologies. We Water Genasi have
Weird names.
naming conventions that seem to.
No, that's okay. I was just curious.
No, that's what she says.
Just to clarify,
Mhm.
she's telling Drazzle is a bad dad, or Tidal
Tidal.
is a bad dad?
Title.
Suggesting that Tidal is her father.
Yes.
Okay.
As written in the book.
Yep, okay.
As is written in... I've got the book around here somewhere.
What name do you prefer?
Oh, names are so, yesterday, she says.
Okay, what do I refer to you as?
She shrugs. She doesn't use names.
Shouldn't you ask how her mother is? Dad?
Okay. Well then, daughter.
That sounds like a title. She doesn't like them either. You know, she says get with the times.
Yes, well, your mother would say the same thing.
You definitely got with the tides.
Yes, as the book would imply.
What?
Is
Is that going to be the sequel, Getting with the Tides?
No, after the sequel is Tides Collide, but let's not get into that.
Okay, it's going to be a sequel to that one.
When tides go bad.
Did you end up getting the inheritance I left you?
She says, what inheritance? She hasn't spoken to you, before today.
But I asked for a message to be delivered.
Drizzle looks at you and says, hands you the message and says, here you go.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll just hand her the letter with kind of a grimace at Drazzle.
Drizzle says he got delivered when Drizzle knew it would be delivered.
Yes, thank you, Drazzle.
She opens it and then looks at you, shrugs and says, I can't read it. I don't know that
Did your
language.
mother teach you to read, or?
Why would you want to read underwater? Things just, get soaked.
Okay, that's a fair point. Alright, I'll just read it for you then, if you don't mind.
Sure. What does it say?
It says, Dear little Paul, I know I have not met you yet, and I'm trying to do the best I can with what's given to me. This is all new to me, but I'm trying to be a good father, and I have left you a small inheritance in the Bronze Dragon's secure treasury lockup, and should you ever find your way there, you'll be able to obtain it.
Drizzle taps you on the shoulder and says, Dragon city hidden, hard to find.
Right, yeah.
Need dragon to find.
Cool.
Yeah, tell she was right about saying that you're a terrible father.
I knew this.
Not so new anymore, Drizzle says.
Well, the plus side, at least it's safe. No one's going to be dumb enough to steal from a dragon.
Yes, that was the point. I wanted to ensure her inheritance was safe, but I...
Also inaccessible.
Well, if there's a dragon present like Drowsel, you'd be able to access it. So maybe at some point in the future, Drowsel can help you access it.
Drizzle nods. Drizzle does so in 5 years.
Okay, well, I guess there you go. You're apparently getting it in 5 years because Drowsel knows time stuff that makes zero sense to me that he understands.
No, is Drizzle not charged?
Much appreciated, Drazzle. Where have you seen your mother? Is she still around? What's...
Oh, she in bay having fun.
In bay? Which bay?
She went to the water.
Right, okay. How long have you been sitting here for?
Ooh, she thinks 4 or 5 tides now.
Right, okay.
Okay. And my character, I don't know if you know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, but my character
We can hear you now, Sue.
left. She's on a quest and she's going to die. So I have to make a new character. So I've just sort of been listening to what they've been talking about.
Hi, Sue. We can actually hear you now. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, it crashed again.
Yeah, it might just be bad conditions for weather causing it to lock up.
Okay, yeah, because the internet's still going, so it's not the internet crashing, but it's the Skype.
Yeah.
The Skype is falling.
Okay, so
Appropriate.
So Stefan, you just found out the mother of your first child, who's now your second child, is in the bay.
Maybe she knows
Yes,
about the crashing wave.
I will
That
ask
doesn't make
Drazzle
sense.
to politely stay
So-
here with her.
It's the first one he fathered, but it's the youngest one he knows of.
Tiny
It's
one,
hurting
you
my
think?
head. And my head's already aching.
Okay.
I will ask you more about it later.
So were you going? What did you want to ask her?
I basically asked her if she can stay here with Drazzle for a bit while I search for her mother, and if she's still going to be here.
Yeah, she'll be
When
here
I
for
get
a
back.
couple of more tides.
Okay,
She likes Drazzle.
excellent.
Drazzle tell great
basically-
stories.
I basically just reach in my pockets, bring out all the money I have, and just give her all the money I have.
She gives you a strange look, going, "What'd you do that for?"
Well, if your inheritance is late, then consider this a pocket money donation, because I think that's what fathers do.
Oh,
I'm looking
but
for
I don't
your
have
mother.
any pockets.
Just keep it in a sack somewhere. As I
Where is she
run up
keeping the
gently
coins that she's
dive
taking for the
into
lemonade?
She's just
water.
putting them in a bowl on the table.
Well, then just add it to a bowl.
Yeah, fine. And I just run off the jetty and dive into the bay.
Okay. So now that's happened. You've got the on the wharf with Drazzle and a little undying child. Just looking up at looking across at you. You're about the same height.
Yeah, I'm drinking the lemonade thing, which I'm quite
What, no
happy that I
small
can
talk?
actually drink something that isn't bloody water or coffee.
What's wrong with my coffee?
You can only have it so much.
I don't understand that statement.
Well, the fact that I've got a choice of water or coffee.
I make tea and hot chocolate as well.
Okay, tea and hot chocolate.
There's
Oh.
juices.
And I also make honey milk for the Axby.
Where do you get the milk from?
Well, you do have horses.
No, I get it in towns. I provision it.
I've been in towns for a while. Where are you getting the milk from?
Well, the Ethengarians
I'm
have
Yeah, I
black
know.
milk.
I know there's the
I'm a-
horse and...
I am a
magic- the
druid. I
magic
could
holding.
technically get someone to just milk me while I'm a bloody milk cow goat thing. As weird as that might sound.
Or magic bag of
Yeah.
magic holding.
Yeah.
Magic
I've got a
bag of
lot in my bag of
refrigerating-
holding.
Magic refrigerating bag of holding.
Well, if it's not refrigerated, you'll soon have cheese.
It's in a magic milk water skin.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I've got one of those. It's got my little ice method in it to keep it cool.
Yes. The one that Sugar remembers fondly.
Yeah,
The what?
ice methods.
The little elemental that killed his character.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yep.
basically the paladin caused it.
But there are things that I've missed out on that yep. Sounds very amusing.
Okay, so yes. Tidal, you find in the ocean area there the Undyne you remember from back many years ago.
Oh, okay. So she's actually in there.
Having a conversation with some fish.
Oh, okay. I will. I guess.
Tidal's about to
let
get
you
slapped in the
wait
face.
for a little bit, as she hopefully finishes her conversation with the fish, and then interject.
She finishes her conversation and turns to you and says, "Oh, so you finally showed up."
Yes, I've been trying to find you guys for a while now. How has little pool been to raise?
Fun, she says.
Oh, good. I mean, I've obviously missed out on a lot. She's what, 7, 8, 9 now?
Jeez, that's a lot of guesses.
She says age is immaterial. She's not one to keep track.
Right, she's not one for names either. Apparently, that's a thing.
Yeah, we don't really care that much about names. Names have too much power.
Right. Okay. So when did she get her lemonade career?
Oh, I find various flotsam and she sells it.
Ah.
She likes making things. Must have got that
Well,
from you.
Probably, yeah. Well, I tend to have this weird thing about curtains. But we won't worry about that. Where have you guys travelled to? Like, where... How many oceans?
Well, there's only one real ocean. You just follow the coastline all the way around.
Right, okay, so you've been just following the coast this whole amount of time?
Well, haven't you, she says.
No, I wasn't sure if you'd be in the land, like, well, not land, but the rivers inland, or
Where do we
any
go
lakes,
inland? It's
or-
just crazy.
That's where we found you, was in an inlet of this weird temple pool thing.
No, she was trapped there for a while, but she was glad you set her free.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I'm glad you found freedom and had our daughter. Thank you for raising her. I'm sorry I've been a terrible absence of a father.
She says, "What's the father?"
Huh?
She doesn't understand the term father.
Oh, the person who helped you, how do I describe this without being
I
crass?
think you're looking for the word create.
Yes, create.
Yes.
Oh, she said that was fun. Want to do it again?
I haven't seen my current daughter for the whatever many years. Another one might be a bit, you know. I mean, one fatherless child is better than having 2 fatherless children.
Well, she does already know about your other child.
Where? How? What?
Well, it was with her sister.
Really?
What?
Really, Tidal?
When was this?
That was when you went to the Tree of Life.
Oh. Okay. Right. Not title. Drazzle did mention something along those lines. It didn't quite make sense at the time, though. Okay, so are you saying you're... Wait. So there's another... Oh, no. Okay.
Only in D&D do you make a comment like, second daughter is with the mother's sister.
sounding something like that of critical role.
Sorry.
Where is she currently?
Oh, she in the ocean.
Right. Okay. That's going to be even harder to track down then, if she's not following the coast.
Different continent, she says.
Yes. Is there any way I can keep in touch or contact you, or obviously letters don't work, as Little Paul pointed out?
Well, where would you like to send messages?
Somewhere you can access them?
She's got friends in Moonrothad who take letters.
Sure, I'll take their details if that's okay.
She gives you the name of the sea elf.
Sea elf, okay. Thank you. I don't know if you're aware or not, but at the time after we helped you escape and created little pool and all that stuff, I did leave a inheritance for her.
You did? What's
so
the inheritance?
Well, I wasn't sure of the customs, so I left her some magical items and money in a dragon.
So you left money in a dragon?
No, in a dragon storage.
Oh. It might have been a bit hard to get it out of a dragon.
Yes, yeah, it is a bit. But also, apparently, reaching the dragon's secret lair place is quite hard too. But no, if you ask Drowsley, he can. Apparently, he said in 5 years he's going to help Little Pool acquire it. So I've given Little Pool some upfront funding as pocket money.
She says, sounds like a lot of fun.
She's going to say, what is pocket money? I'm sure of it.
More like what are pockets?
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows what pockets are. She's a bit older.
Oh, I see. That's handy.
Can I help you with anything?
Sure, she says.
I haven't been around.
At which point she gets amorous again.
Amorous. You're right. Yep.
Oh,
Is there such a thing as protection in this
there
setting?
is, but it is a water nymph.
It's, yeah.
A creature of sex.
Yeah, no, I got that part, but you know, there's just going to be more and more children if he keeps going on this way.
Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to breathe underwater.
Okay.
Okay. I think Title will try and avoid the amorosity if possible.
Yeah.
Apparently you succeed.
Oh, okay.
She pouts.
Oh.
Let me make sure our daughter's okay.
What? You wanted to watch?
No. You go talk to the fish here, and I'll go check on our daughter.
Okay.
I'll swim back up.
Okay, so after you've had a decent amount of lemonade, Tidal pops back out again. Closed in disarray.
That was quick.
Yeah.
So, when is your daughter going to have a sister? Or brother?
Drizzle says
Whenever
only
I
sisters.
find her, my partner's sister?
What?
Yeah.
He's already had sisters.
You lucky sod. I haven't got rid of that one yet.
No.
I'm sure that there are a couple more to find, Drizzle says.
Wait, what?
Drazzle hasn't finished tracking down all your kids.
Oh, he hasn't finished writing about them.
How am I gonna look after all these poolings?
So is the next one going to be on Stranger Tides?
Sounds like they kind of look after themselves.
Well,
That's fine, but that's not a reason to keep procreating.
No, but I wasn't suggesting that you do. Just that they seem to have no need for material wealth.
And the Undines can't procreate with themselves because they're all female.
Introduce her to a good man?
Oh no.
yeah, unfortunately, you need to introduce her to a good man that can breathe underwater.
I'm
Because
sure with magic you could make, like, air things.
Magic would allow it for a time, yes.
Yeah. I'd like to ask Liverpool if she's happy.
Liverpool
she is
says she's
at the
happy.
She's what, sorry?
Liverpool says she's happy.
Okay, and does she want more interaction with me, or is she happy with the lack of?
Or she says sure and she starts poking you in the leg.
Okay. I'll poke her in the leg back.
She giggles and then pokes you more.
$10. Pilfering's gonna get out of his backpack and start poking people. And then Drazzle's gonna start and there'll be like a poking circle.
I'll just kind of keep poking her back, like, not really sure how this fathering thing works, but I think I'm doing it.
And then you do feel Pilfing on the other side, you start poking your other leg.
yeah, okay.
I didn't father this one. Whose is this?
He's just joining in. It looks fun.
Drazzle turns to Tyler and says, you sure you have it in the future?
There's just this look of shock horror in Title's face.
Drazzle walks off chuckling.
Drazzle likes to mess with people, I'm fully aware of that.
So have you heard of the crushing wave
Cult?
The little girl says she's heard of crushing wave. That's when you hit rock and go splat.
Yeah, some people seem to be worshipping that. So we'll just.
Well, she does that with food sometimes. So is that worship?
No, not really.
She shrugs and says, not sure what other way you worship crushing wave.
I think they're more worshipping the wave itself. And it's
Oh, she's seen people on bits of wood going across waves.
Surfboards.
They seem to worship waves. They follow them everywhere.
no, it couldn't be that simple.
You mean that the cult of the crushing wave is a bunch of possibly hippie surfers?
Yeah, it doesn't. It does sound. Well, it is a cult.
Which means it sounds far more dangerous than what it might actually be.
What, the local surf club?
Yeah.
Yes, and they're going around then robbing all the townships of their gold and that, so that funds their next expedition down to the next coast.
Funds them their lifestyle surfing, perhaps.
Why have you gone off on your killing spree? Well,
We like to
No,
surf.
the reason why I'm laughing, it sounds like it's a bunch of halflings. Because that's something I would probably do in my.
it's also something the Norsemen would do.
Yeah,
Bunch of
but they'll be
surflings.
running around in their. They wouldn't be doing surfing. They'll be running around in their longboats and.
That depends on which group you get. Adolescents generally can't afford a longboat.
Mm.
Okay, so you get to evening after all your conversations, and you congregate back at the inn.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Drowser goes up first to tell a story of Tidal and the Undine.
Yep. Yeah, should have seen that one coming.
And so that one is he gets a 27 on his tale. It tells this amazing tale of romance, loss, and
Fatherly neglect.
a bit of that too. and basically just not thinking. And it does end with an upbeat thing of the father finally meets the child, where the child points out the child can't read the letter that the father tried to send it.
So comedy as well.
Yes. And the entire room is laughing and crying at the tale.
I don't think I'm going to win this competition.
Okay. So then Thala is called up to tell her tale.
I will choose a tale from my time at Calcrix back when I was very young. And Calcrix saved my life. Well, I was out gathering some of my first stories for my tree, and I fell down a ravine and hurt myself, and I couldn't get out. And Calcrix came across me and let me ride on her back and took me home and taught me how to make coffee. And then I tell people how to make really good coffee.
So it will give you a performance roll, but with advantage because you're talking about dragons.
Ooh, 12.
Which means you get to roll twice and take the rest.
Ooh, 12.
Currently 12. So plus your performance. Which you should have.
Yeah, I do. I've seen it here. 18.
Okay, so you tell a rousing tale that people clap and say is very good.
Mm-hmm.
And you are greeted by a long-haired elderly man who looks to be in his 40s.
Mm-hmm. I respectfully greet him back and I say, obviously you are the Lawmaster Skald, and it's an honour to meet another storyteller.
Just he will tell a story himself.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so
Me and Drazzle are sitting next together writing really fast as the Lawmaster is.
And he tells a tale of wonder and enrichment, where a hero learns that to be a true hero, one must be seeking more than what they are. Not trying to just win something for themselves, but for other people.
So self-sacrifice?
Not self-sacrifice, more of a not just journey for riches.
Mm.
Whereas if you're journeying for riches, the riches aren't for you.
What about journey for experience?
And that the hero is the person who is heroic for the journey, not for the end.
This is a really good story. I compliment the Lawmaster on the wisdom that can be found beneath the entertainment of the story.
He says all stories have a tale to tell of instructions for the future.
I agree, which is why I am so dedicated to collecting as many as I can for my tree to increase my tree's knowledge of the world, for my tree cannot travel.
So how may he help such a diverse group of people?
I would ask him if he knows anything about the cult of the Crushing Wave.
He says he has heard a little bit of them. They have tried to establish themselves as a home for those who wish to practice water magic.
Okay. Do you find them to be peaceful, friendly folk?
He has not met them yet.
Okay.
And he has not met anyone who has met them yet.
Okay.
Which is not always a good sign.
No. But I will write back to the Skald of my findings if I do eventually track them down, so that he can share the knowledge with others.
So as you've asked the question, he then says, does anyone else wish to ask a question?
Yes, in your... have you any knowledge of... I've got a creature called pilfering. Have you heard anything like that's like him, or it likes to disassemble and assemble things weirdly.
He has heard of visitors from the stars who crashed in the mountains. He does not know which mountains or which stars.
Okay.
So
But he has heard of visitors from the stars who have crashed in the mountains.
we're fairly certain he's not from this planet.
It does sound about right because he was found in the mountains.
Do you think that because the Tabaxi have the really advanced technology that perhaps Pilfering's trying to recreate technology from his own people?
That's a good possibility.
Mm.
Problem is, we haven't been in a place long enough that he can, and safe enough that he can actually build
Do it.
something.
Yeah.
So he then turns to the others. So does Tidal wish to ask a question?
Oh, probably, but Stefan can't think of one right now, so that doesn't help.
While Stefan's thinking, I'll ask, does Zal wish to ask a question of the Skull?
I've only been part listening to the thing. I gather from what I've heard, there is a surfer club.
No, that's me being being
Optimistic.
optimistic.
When we asked the Skald about the Crushing Wave clan, he said that as far as he knows, they tried to establish themselves as ... I missed what Mark was going to say, and I was going to get back to him and ask him to...
They established themselves as a water
magic.
Water magic.
A place people can practice water magic. And then the Skald offered to answer questions from others, and Yodri asked what knowledge the Skald has of pilfering, and the Skald said he's heard of stars that have crashed into the mountains, and that perhaps this is a part of pilfering's origins. And so now he's offering to answer a question from you and presumably Chevelle. And in me, I written it down.
Yep.
Just haven't remembered how to say it.
I guess I asked him whether he knows much about, my clan of people, so the necromancer side.
Okay, from the necromancer side. Okay, he does know a little bit about them. They are centered around Red Larch, he says. They had a cave out that way, but he has not heard much of them in a few years' time. He expected to have heard something back by now.
Is that the mountains where all the skulls is?
That was so. If you look at the map, if you can see the little pointer moving.
I can't see anything on the screen share. I haven't this whole session, unfortunately.
Okay, I'll see if I can start. You need me to reset it?
No, it's okay.
So what was your question again?
So, remember
sorry.
when you started the campaign, you went to a place called Red Larch?
Yes.
Your uncle or whatever.
He
yeah.
says that the necromancers of the area were centered around there.
Oh, that area. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
So that is in the hills to the north of Trollheim, but to the south of where you are.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Then he asks, Chauvel, did he have any questions he wished to ask?
No, not at this stage. Cheval's very intrigued about how much water magic experience there is around the town, knowing that his form changed.
Yep. And then he asks Sue's character, Imni, if she had any questions.
Imni asks if he has heard of the Great Kangaroo.
He says yes. He has even met the Great Kamdu before she went raiding with the pirates of Ostland.
Oh, okay. This is out of character. I rolled up stuff, and like I like to do, and my the things I rolled was I dialed a particular hero of my faith and constantly referred to that person's deeds and example, and it went from there. Everything I rolled, so I said, now I've got to keep glorifying Camden. But anyway.
I don't think anyone will mind.
So it was really weird. Anyway, so that's, I asked him and I say, oh, okay. So I say, have you got any stories that I might not have heard about Camden?
He says he might, but that would be for another night.
Okay.
We'll then move over to Tidal, and did Tidal think of a question?
How many children do you have?
Tyler would like to ask if he's heard of where the Undine city might be.
He says there is supposed to be a major community off the islands of Minrothad protected by the guilds themselves.
Islands of where?
Minrothad.
Minrothad.
Where's that? That is to the south of Karamikos, but more southeast, whereas Irenia is more southwest.
And who's protecting it?
The Minrothad guilds.
Yeah, so I'll be familiar with that. Since basically we're all sailing around, going against the what was it, the Romans or whatever.
Yeah, the Roman-like Thyatans.
Yeah, the slavers. Liberating the slaves.
Well, that they also organised so that the Thyatans pretty much formed every other nation into a government and a nation before they were kicked out. So think of them like the British.
You
and as nice as the British.
told Imni that the Skull knew of the Great Kandu from some sort of pirate thing?
Yeah, so when she joined the Ostland Raiders, which is one of the three kingdoms of the Northern Reaches, and the ones known for their piracy.
Thank you. I can't write as fast
That's
as...
okay.
Yeah.
He says he only has time to answer one question apiece tonight. But he wishes you all the best in your journey.
Again, I offer my thanks for time and for answering questions and for the tale.
And then you guys get to get a free room for the night.
Do we? Drizzle 1? Yay! Drizzle 1! Do we give part credit of that to Tidal? Because, you know, that was the comedic part?
Well, considering Drizzle's been selling a book about Tidal for many years now.
Does Tidal get any, like, the profits as such?
He gets the recognition.
Oh, okay.
Recognition, yeah, no royalties though.
Oh dear.
Well, he was stuck in time when the book was published.
Yeah.
So, you guys heading to bed for the night sounds like a good point to stop the storyline.
Yep.
We're can all head to bed for the night.
And I will put it on end credits and then come back to you because we know Josh has a tale he wanted to tell us.
Yes, something about, I made a note.
Okay, so I'll
Screening.
be back in a sec. I'll just put some music on.